It's week 2 of the WFA football season, and tonight we have a good one for you as the St. Louis Slam come to Edina, Minnesota to take on the hometown Minnesota Vixen. Hunter Pinky alongside Berg Ellenberger for tonight's action. Berg, you're a former Vixen player. St. Louis, Minnesota has become a pretty big rivalry in recent memory. How are you feeling about the matchup tonight?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. There's a lot of questions about, this position group or that, or how things are going to match up. And the St. Louis Slam is a team that doesn't allow for a lot of mistakes. They will take advantage of them. So the Vixen are going to have to come out and bring their best. And I'm sure they will. This is the home opener and a big game. It's not a relaxed first game of the season. So really looking forward to see how this goes.
Minnesota Vixen coming off a week 1 bye, so they have yet to play a game this season. The St. Louis Slam come off a victory 63-3 over the Columbus Chaos. So they're riding high coming into this one, and it's going to be no easy showdown tonight as you get a good look at the captains meeting at the 50-yard line. St. Louis Slam are also coming off a trip to the WFA Pro Division Championship against the Boston Renegades, looking to repeat some of that success here. But first, that's way down the line. They need to seek another victory here tonight.
You can feel the intensity. I'm looking at the sideline here, and there is no one sitting down. Both teams, they're ready to go.
Absolutely, and Minnesota Vixen are under new leadership this year. There's a shot of Connor Jo Lewis.
Connor is a phenomenal football player herself, although well retired after some injuries. But her comprehensive understanding of the game makes her highly qualified for this experience. I'm excited to see her play calls today. Very intelligent human being, and the coaches for the Slam will have their work cut out for them as well.
She's also doing the offensive play calling too, also offensive coordinator. Minnesota Vixen also losing 2 key players last year in Red Bryant and Moose Rylander to retirement. Both have transitioned to coaching roles as you get a look at the St. Louis Slam head coach Quincy Davis. We're pretty sure. So we get set for kickoff. The Vixen taking the field, and it looks like they are set.
Looks like the Vixen will be receiving the kickoff. Special teams, an underrated part of the game. So we'll see how this turns out. I like to watch the blocking, open field blocking. Takes a decent amount of experience to really get in there and find your position. But it's also interesting to me to see how special teams is designed. There's so much creativity allowed for in it. And the St. Louis Slam coaching staff is no joke. They know their stuff. There's a lot of depth of knowledge. So excited to see how we start off and who gets the momentum first.
Carrie McMahon set to kick it off for the Slam. Back deep to return Sam Barber. As we await kickoff. A wonderful day too, wonderful weather. A lot of rain this morning, but it cleared up for a great home opener for the Minnesota Vixen. St. Louis in the white tops, black numbers, and the orange trim. Pretty similar looking. Last year, the Minnesota Vixen debuted their new uniforms. Moving away from the Reebok with the red stripes on the side. Last year for a while too, they even rocked a jersey with the creative numbers. And we are officially underway here from Coleman Field
nice
in
distance.
Edina. Barber will take the return around the 5-yard line, makes a move and gets out near the 25-yard line and is taken down by the Slam.
And here rolls out the offense. This offensive line has some real veteranship and leadership. Taylor Fox, number 72, one of their captains as well. Let me edit that. Sorry. Taylor Fox, number 71. She'll kill me for that later.
Under center for the Vixen today is Aaron Kelly. Looking to have another strong campaign. 2 receivers top of your screen, 1 in the bottom, 1 running back in the backfield. Snap. The pitch. Making a move, gets past and will gain 4 on the carry. That was Sarah Roche with her first carry on the 2024 campaign.
She did a nice job of getting around that first player coming through for St. Louis Slam. I'm not sure if that was a blitz or just some real determination and a good read there, but Roche did a good job of avoiding.
Yards aren't going to come easy against a tough Slam defense. Like we said, they only allowed 3 points in their home opener. So we get set for second. Looked like a Slam player jumped, but didn't get a reaction. Handoff Roche once again, and breaks 1 tackle to gain about 2, so it'll be 3rd down and long. So it'll be 3rd down. Early test here for the Vixen.
It'd be really great to get some momentum here, have a starting drive where you're not 3 and out.
So 3rd and 4, 13:30 to go. 2 receivers to the top of your screen, sends 1 in motion, handoff Sarah Roche, and she's not gonna gain very many, so she'll be short of the 1st down. So,
well played by the St. Louis Slam defense.
And it looks out they're going to send out the punting unit. So 3 and out early for the Minnesota Vixen.
Shaking out those jitters.
It's game 1, and that's also the tough thing about having a week 1 bye and going up against one of the top teams in the WFA Pro American Division.
Everyone's getting their spacing here.
Getting a late substitution onto the field, and that's some of the jitters you're working out in the first game of the season.
That's right, especially those special teams plays. They don't.
And the punt is blocked.
Trying to locate it, Slam recovers, it looks like.
Talk about early season jitters. The Slam get an early miracle. That's number 47, Brooklyn Devitt, with the block. She got a lot of penetration. Great job getting a hand on it, and now I believe there is a Minnesota Vixen player down. It's number 93.
Yeah, just a little slow to get up there.
Britta Clark.
I'm not sure a whole lot could keep Britta Clark down on the ground too long.
Take a look back on replay. Here's a good look at the block. Yeah, she was there uncontested. There was no one blocking her.
Untouched. Well, and this is the St. Louis Slam. If you make mistakes, they will punish you for it.
At quarterback for the Slam is Jamie Gall. Hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. Went to Webster University. Handoff. Takes it outside near the line of scrimmage. Cuts back in. Makes a little something out of nothing for a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the carry. That was number, didn't catch the number on that right away. So we get set for 2nd down. Good look at the St. Louis Slam on the field as we get set for 2nd down. About 6 to go. 2 receivers each side of your screen. Snap, looking to pass, has someone out in the flat. Taking pass for a 1st down and more. Near outside and pushed out by the 5-yard line. So Slam firing on all cylinders here in this game.
Looks like we had Emily Sampson there on that tackle.
Number 30, Jada Humphrey on the carry.
Great to find the outside and take advantage.
And this is where you have to buckle down. Already an early trip to the red zone. So we'll have to see what this Vixen defense is made of as we get set for 1st and goal. Snap, handoff, Humphrey looking for some spacing. Great job closing up that hole. That was number 77 on the tackle. Samira Garcia Pedro. Making it 2nd and goal. Good look on replay. Yeah, great penetration just to close that up quickly.
Really stacking the inside there.
Looking to pass. Floater and
wow.
Caught! Touchdown, St. Louis Slam!
That was pretty tight coverage, too. Right on top, just couldn't get her eyes around quickly enough, and incredible catch.
That's Sydney Block, the tight end, on the reception.
Nice corner out there.
And that's where you see the Slam are going to capitalize on those early mistakes, so we'll have to see what happens as we get set for the extra point. And that was a beautiful pass, and the coverage was pretty tight, too. Just great location. Here's a look back on replay. Not terrible coverage, just put it in the right spot as the extra point is up and good. So St. Louis Slam out to an early 7-0 lead over the Minnesota Vixen here in the first quarter.
Tell you, the weather really did turn around today. It was rainy and windy and cloudy this morning, and I saw the forecast here for this evening. This is great football weather. It's not too hot, you know, and when it's really scorching, that turf just soaks up the sun. You feel like your cleats are going to melt. So I'm sure both teams are grateful for a nice light breeze, but some sunshine and no rain.
As a former Vixen player yourself, did you have a preference on playing on turf versus natural grass? I know that's a pretty big debate in pro football, but I believe a lot of common fields are turf in the WFA.
They are, and I understand the ability to, you know, not have to pay for a lot of maintenance and longevity of the turf. I'll say I preferred playing on normal ground, mostly because it's better for the joints. But you know, turf has its benefits as well. I personally just prefer ground. You never know what you're going to get for grass, though.
Exactly, and you just saw a good look at that touchdown pass once again. So Minnesota Vixen looking to rebound after special teams blunder, surrendering the touchdown as
great distance there.
Roche back to return. Has a lot of space, good blocking, looking to take it outside. Breaks
blocking.
Another tackle,
oh,
gets it out the 40, 50, one woman to beat.
Wow.
And it's the kicker that brings her down. Talk about a switch in momentum. Sarah Roche with a huge return for the Minnesota Vixen.
Oh, man, and those are the players that you need when people are having jitters or feeling nervous or worried about something. You have a player like Sarah Roche to come on and say, hey, you know, let's go, let's get it done. Really set the pace, set the tone. That's a solid team player right there.
And that's exactly what you needed, too. You can't get yourself down off an early blunder. Now you have all the momentum shifts your way completely. So we'll see what they can do on first down at the 30-yard line. Snap.
Looks like we've got a pole play there.
Handoff, and the Slam are reading it immediately.
Yeah, that's right. Those linebackers tucked in at just the right angle.
That was Johanna Fairmolin.
Williams there on the tackle, a great read.
Take a look back on replay. Yeah, great job just getting off their blocks to make a pretty quick tackle. To get set down for 2nd and 10. Two receivers each side, one running back in the backfield. Kelly sends a woman in motion. Snap, looks to pass. He's got time, firing deep, end zone,
oh,
touchdown!
Wow.
Minnesota Vixen, what a throw!
Beautiful. Dvorak there, great snag.
Amanda Dvorak has really come into her own the past few seasons with the Vixen and making her presence known early in tonight's contest. Take a look back on replay.
Nice coverage, nice pass protection there. And she just gets her head up and perfectly reads that as it's sailing down into her arms.
That's a play where blocking basically helped create that separation.
That's
Kelly
right.
had all the time in the world to make that throw.
Yeah, she had at least another half a second there.
So we get set for the extra point. It's number 20.
Hannah Eckhart.
Hannah Eckhart doing the kicking duties. Kick is up.
Easy peasy.
And good. So how about that rebound for the Minnesota Vixen? That was huge.
Yep. You know, it's hard to rely on your big playmakers, but you know, it can put the pressure on them, but real athletes, real team players can handle it. So Sarah Rush getting the initial, hey, let's go, and then Dvorak finishing it off, a great throw by EK, and the O-line holds their own on the pass pro. It's a team sport, and that's what happened there.
That's a great look at the replay. That was a dime of a throw. And now we're tied 7-7 with 9:26 to go. Can't say this is how I expected this to start. But if this is how the rest of the game's gonna be today, we're in for a really good one today.
Yeah, you know, a return like that can catch a defense off guard as well. You know, what are we play calling compared to, you expect special teams to get, hopefully 35 yards on a return like that, and to all of a sudden have them, you're on your heels against the end zone. I mean, it takes a lot of mental adjustment too on the part of the defense to be prepared for something like that right out of the gate. So great play call by Connor Joe Lewis there to go deep fast.
Just saw a great look at the crowd. Great crowd in attendance here from Edina, Minnesota. So we get set for the kickoff.
Low, drive.
Goes off her hand, has to return. Great job picking that back up. Takes it over to the 30, and what a tackle!
Dang.
Laying the hit stick down. It's number 83, Shy Rhodes.
Excellent job there. Nice, strong hit. Got the lane, kept it. And let me tell you, number 3 for the Slam is a solid veteran player, Kaylee Nutzling. It was a great catch and recovery off of a bouncy ball.
And that's exactly a play you build off that. The momentum is staying with the Vixen because that huge tackle, even though they got some yards, I think overrode the gain a little bit. So we get set for 1st and 10. On the Slam's second possession, this time in their own territory. 2 receivers out left, 1 to the right. Handoff up the middle, a lot of space, and great job wrapping her up to minimize the gain. She had a pretty big hole right there, but they luckily
addressed right away.
Addressed right away. That was Sam Barber on the tackle.
You know, interesting. You can see the defensive coordinator kind of testing things out. They went outside wide a lot last drive, and here they're taking it up the gut right away, seeing what they can get away with.
2 receivers each side. 1 in the backfield. 2nd down. Snap, looking to pass. And finds a receiver. Will cross 1st down, and a big tackle right there, but that was number 17, Carrie McMahon, on the reception. The Gall-McMahon connection found early. Just found a hole in the defense. And
good pocket there created by the Slams O-line. Caitlin Hill on the tackle, another strong veteran, very intelligent player. You know, she's right there on that tackle. Going up against number 3, it seems it's going to be a good matchup to watch.
1st and 10. Pass out to the flat. Caught. It's got a lot of room.
And there's Hill.
1st down.
Hill's coming off the block there and makes the tackle again. Nice play awareness.
They're allowing some short stuff early out in the flat, but they're not letting it break for 15, 20-yard gains, which is good. But you got to tighten up in the red zone if that's the kind of defense you're going to play today.
That's right.
Just hitting the 8-minute mark here in the 1st quarter. 1st and 10. Waiting the play calls. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in the backfield. Snap. Handoff up the guts. Got a lot of space. And we'll get the 1st down.
Some really nice blocking there as well.
That was Humphrey on the carry once again, and finding that gap, and I think right there was a good example of great play calling and diversity. Get a look back on replay.
We've got some veteran defensive linemen out right now, Clanky and Angela Train Griffin, and you know, the team's going to be counting on their leadership on these kind of plays to really bring everyone together and stay focused.
Looking to pass. Has a man and overthrown. McMahon was the intended target, so make it second down. And we mentioned it too, Vixen losing two of their longest tenured players to retirement, Red Bryant and Moose Rylander.
Rylander, yes.
So they're going to see, you're going to talk about seeking about that new form of leadership. Who's going to step up on the Vixen side? Second and 10. Two receivers out left, one to the right. Looking to pass. A lot of time. Deep and caught. Touchdown, St. Louis Slam.
What a find.
They answered the call, and that's McMahon. They've been targeting her all drive, and she is slow to get up. Take a look back at the touchdown. Talk about a great route, too.
Hill's not too far off, and she's not going to let her go any farther than that.
And on both touchdowns, too, the coverage wasn't bad. They just got a little bit of separation.
Just enough to have the advantage on snagging that ball. And kudos to the St. Louis Slam's quarterback for placing these balls perfectly.
Get set with the extra point. Kick is up and drilled.
Kaylee Nutzling again. Very talented player, can do multiple positions. I've seen her as a defensive back. I've seen her as a wide receiver. She's solid on special teams. She's an all-around solid athlete.
Another good look. Great camera work down there. Production crew today, Charles Brolin, Jerry Schwartz, Rob Clark, Sean Keene.
Well, I know we mentioned Red Bryant, and I have to say I see her here on the sidelines. I'm aware that she's helping coach the D-line along with Bruce Brevitz, who's a long time been coaching the D-line for the Vixen. And you can see right now they are circled around Red, listening to what she has to say and her expertise. And I mean, she's not only a strategy leader, but she's always been like a spiritual leader for this team. You know, really the spirit, the heart of the Vixen. So I'm sure she's also still filling that leadership role from the sidelines.
Absolutely. Well, we have a moment too. A referee crew, Tyler Downs, the referee, Tony Day, the umpire, Gordy Hansen, head line judge, Brad Huffendick, line judge, and Kevin Hillman, the back judge. Thank you to our officials. We know it's a tough job. Reminder to all fans, please be nice to officials. We wouldn't be able to cover a lot of games without them, so appreciate them. Roush back, and that's going to trickle into the end zone for a touchback. Probably a wise move to not let Roush get a hand on that ball. As we already hit drive number 3 for the Minnesota Vixen. So what are you telling your team after you allowed a big scoring drive right there? What do you tell them to kind of rebound in this situation?
The Slam or the Vixen?
For the Vixen.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what Coach Lewis will do here and how she'll guide this play drive.
Good look at Red Bryant on the sideline. It's fantastic to see her still helping out. Well, maybe not in a uniform as we get set for drive number 3. First down. Pitch. Roche makes a move and big tackle from St. Louis.
Saw it all the way out to the sideline there, and there was a time-saving block there by Shayna Sparrow on the left side of the line. But it just wasn't enough, and plenty of other St. Louis Slams followed that along, stretched it out, and maybe got 1-2 yards on that play.
It's Kaylee Nutzling on the tackle. She gets set for second down and 8. Bunt formation near side.
I see Jackie Radford out there in front. Dvorak on the opposite side.
Snap. Looks to pass.
Pass pro all day long.
Wide open out in the flat. Great stiff arm to get the first down, and talk about a great play design right there.
Yeah, that was great. We had some receivers go deep and draw the defense, and then there's Shayna Sparrow just ready to take that ball. She's not an easy tackle either. She goes hard.
Get a good look back on the replay.
Ooh, we've got a messy pull there and some penetration through the middle. That's tough.
Yeah, they tried to get to the line quick and run a quick play, but they were stuffed. And it looks like we have an injury down on the field.
One of our St. Louis Slam players here having a little trouble getting up, maybe a knee or an ankle.
It's number 47, Brooklyn Devitt.
And Coach Lewis will take this opportunity to talk to her quarterback, get some strategy. We've got some great trainers here to help out, very knowledgeable.
To an early season injuries too are fortunately a little more common than you'd like.
I'm not really sure how that injury went down, so to speak, but
try to see if we have a look at it here in a moment.
I will say it was a smart heads-up idea to do a hurry-up play there. Once you get that momentum, you know, keep it, use it. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out, and St. Louis Slam really capitalized. Looks like we've got some family members tuning in. Lynn Jensen-Nelson from South Dakota and Miranda Lattimore from Portland, Oregon, as well as some Slam fans coming in. I'm not sure where they're tuning in from, but this broadcast reaching plenty of people across the U.S. here. It's exciting to see people come together for this great sport. We've got CeCe Mays has thrown up a couple of comments so far for the Slam.
Here's a look back at that injury, kind of across the middle. Ooh, it just gets kind of tied up and takes a shot to the lower leg. Ran into number 21, Raven Williams. So good to see she got up under her own power as we get set for 2nd and 12. Kelly awaits the snap. Snap. Handoff. Run up the middle. No fake. Pass. And wide open.
Oh, great find.
Great find near the first down. Right at the marker.
Smart choice there for Aaron Kelly. Not to give the ball, hold on to it, find Dvorak wide. I believe it was Dvorak there on that catch.
Take a look back on replay.
Keeps the ball. Running back sells it nicely. And great catch high up in the air.
That was Dvorak making her presence known in this game. Speaking of viewers tuning in, we have viewers on Town Square Television on Facebook, townsquare.tv, the WFA YouTube channel, and we also want to thank Hastings TV, QCTV, South Washington County, North Metro, and Stream STL. That's big carry from Sarah Roche.
Really bouncing it out there, hit after hit. Brought down by number 3, Nutzling.
And talk about power football. Big hole.
Another great sell by EK there.
Rips it out to the 25-yard line. So
number 7 also takes a great angle there, Keona Smith.
Vixen rebounding nicely on their 3rd possession of the game. Great play calling. Take a look one more time on replay. Great blocking too, and you mentioned it. Key to this game is going to be that offensive line and defensive line battle all night.
That's right.
First and 10.
Rush has does a great job of having patience in that play as well, letting it develop in front of her.
Motion, and that's pitch. Little shuttle pass. Makes a move, takes it out to the 20, near the 18-yard line.
Jackie Radford doing a great jet there.
Man, we are seeing a wide variety of play calls on both sides today. Vixen are really swinging things.
Yeah, it seems like now that they've got some momentum, a little bit of freedom to try some different things, you know, you get more comfortable and you dig into your variety of packages and see what works and what doesn't. Where can you find the holes and the weaknesses and then take advantage?
So 2nd and 2 after the little shuttle pass to Radford. 2 receivers, top your screen.
2 and a tight end here.
Kelly
looks like they're on
pass.
routes.
Broken protection, throws it deep, and good job just to get it away. No flag, so no grounding, but great job to just get that ball out.
Yes, smart play.
And that was the first time we really saw a lot of penetration in the passing game tonight.
That's right. I imagine that was a play call by the defensive coordinator for the Slam, sending up some blitzes because that middle had 2 players going straight through.
So we get set for 3rd and 2. 2:50 to go here in quarter number 1.
We've got trips right again. Might just be the same play. Everyone's in the same spot. We'll see.
Snap. Handoff. Getting a push. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, I don't know that they got that there. It might be a little short. Some aggression there on the line, but it might not be enough. The Slam wanted it too.
Yeah, so they're gonna rule it a 1st down.
Really squeaked that in there. Slam have to dig deep. This drive's getting a little bit long, and you know, when it's one of the first games in the season, it comes to a matter of as well of how conditioned are you. You know, how long can you go as the drives get longer and longer? Which team is more fit?
Great point is we get set for 1st down once again. Kelly takes a snap, hands it off, has a lot of room, takes it down to the 2-yard line.
Fantastic block there as well. We had a tight end slice there by Shayna and just really made the play and let EK get through there, and what a great run.
That was Fairmolin on the carry. So kind of mixing in running backs early too, and both of them are seeing success tonight as you get a look back on replay.
Yes.
Great job, and now
nice leverage there, spinning out of that tackle by Fairmolin.
On the edge of the end zone. See what they decide to do here. Under a minute to go, looking to pass. Kelly chucks it to Radford. Caught and touchdown.
Wow.
What a great effort by the Vixen wide receiver.
Yes, really avoided that first tackle there. Took the steps necessary, got some good angles. That's hard to defend.
And lots of scoring early. Take a look back on replay. Personally, I love this play near the goal line. Throw something short in the flat, maybe let receivers get other receivers, cause a chip.
That's right, let your playmakers do what they do best.
As we get set for the extra point.
We have Hannah Eckhart here on the kick, and a fan of it, and looks good. Have a fan of Hannah's, and as well as Joanna Fairmolin shouting out from the live stream here, Marie Linke. Shouting out to my 2 German friends, and they are certainly doing a great job this game so far.
Absolutely. So, a lot of scoring here in the first quarter. Both teams putting up 14 as you get another look back on replay. Yeah, great physical effort by Radford.
And a nice forward fall there.
Finish shouting out our production crew, Toby and Jackson back in the truck. And then Mike Davison back in master control in Inver Grove Heights. So thanks to everybody who can be here today. And boy, talk about a great opening game for the Minnesota Vixen.
Yeah.
A lot of back and forth. This is exactly how you want your opener. Yeah,
these teams are pretty evenly matched, and some veteranship, some coaching depth and knowledge, and that's one of the benefits in this league of having some consistency. The St. Louis Slam's been around a long time, and when you have a strong foundation that you can build off of every season, I mean, this is what you get. You get a solid team that comes out and has a variety of strengths.
Paige Kuplik doing the kicking duties on the kickoff. Kick is away. Little floater caught near the 27. It's got space, and what a tackle.
Again, Shy Rhodes right there.
So far, she's the special teams MVP on the day.
Yeah, no kidding. And I imagine she's in a gunner position based off of how fast she gets there.
Wow, what a play. So we get set for first down with 43 seconds to go as the Slam now head out for their third drive. Three receivers, top of your screen, one to the bottom. One running back in the backfield. Gall waits the snap. Short pass to the, tries to hit the screen, but throws wide.
Some good pressure on the outside of the Vixen's D-line. It looks like Amber Kaufman and Andy Barracks keeping the ends pressured.
Amanda Richardson was the intended target on the screen. So make it second down. Vixen looking to get their first defensive stop of the game.
This has been an offensive game, and I imagine that both defenses are hungry for some flair.
Great pass out in the flat, a lot of room, gets past the first down marker and will be pushed out of bounds near the 50.
What a strong run coming in.
It's number 30.
Like a wrecking ball.
Jada Humphrey.
Excellent speed.
She's been making her presence known tonight too. And having a player who can both run the ball and catch it out of the backfield's a diamond for a football team.
No kidding. And Caitlin Hill is there to make the tackle, but man, number 30's coming in there hot, and Caitlin's lucky that she got the angle enough to push that running back out of bounds.
Humphrey again with a good carry, 5, maybe 6, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So a lot of action here to start week number 1 for the Minnesota Vixen. We are going to take a quick break. It's all tied up at 14. St. Louis Slam, Minnesota Vixen. You are watching Town Square Television's Game of the Week. Welcome back to Town Square Television's Game of the Week. The St. Louis Slam and the Minnesota Vixen are tied. It's been a really crazy game so far. So, Berg, what have you liked so far? What have you disliked? What are you looking forward to in the rest of this game?
This is exactly what I was hoping for. A tit for tat, back and forth, switching of the momentum. It tests both teams, both physically and emotionally. Who's going to come up on top? Who can last the longest? Who has the most grit? And additionally, it becomes a game of chess. When you have enough players who know what to do, who know where to go and know how to play, it becomes a what play call is this coach making versus what play call is this coach making. So I think if they can clean up some errors on both sides, I mean, this could be a really entertaining game all the way through.
And you mentioned the emotional impact behind this game, too, is the Minnesota Vixen fell last year to the St. Louis Slam in the WFA Pro-American playoffs. So how much of that do you think kind of carries over into a game like this early in the season?
Well, you know, you always want to not let something that happened in the past, you don't want to bring it to a game, but it's hard to forget something like that, that's for darn sure. You know, you've got that in the back of your head. You want the vengeance. You want to prove yourself. And, you know, we are a better team. You know, maybe there was flukes or mishaps or whatever. But at the end of the day, you want to come back strong. And clearly the St. Louis Slam are coming back strong. You know, looking at the scoreboard, both teams really want this.
Absolutely. You mentioned too, this is the Vixen's first game, and they're keeping up with the Slam, who proved they already have a potent offense in week 1. So it's fantastic that the Vixen are keeping pace as we get set for second down here in quarter number 2. Snap, Handoff Humphrey. Finds a hole. Gets the first down. Near the 40. What a stiff arm fumble! Who's got the football?
Looks like she was able to hold on to it just barely there on the way down.
That plants the seed, though. Can get in a player's head.
She avoided a lot of tackles there. Stiff arm Sam Barber in the face, but gets the ball right back after Barber gets the strip there.
Just trying to do a little too much, just flung it out of her own arm. Wasn't even punched. Still having a good game on our books as we get set. Handoff, Humphrey.
Wow.
Nice move. Gain of 3 or 4.
This St. Louis Slam O-line is certainly doing their job. I mean, it was just like a wall sliding over and up on that last play.
So it'd be 2nd and 6. There's a good shot of Jada Humphrey, the running back. Humphrey, 5'0", 120 pounds, from St. Louis, Missouri, to Quincy College. So we get set for 2nd down. Humphrey in the backfield. Gall with the snap. Handoff up the middle. Lot of space, and we'll get the 1st down. Or we'll be very, very close.
Again, kudos to that O-line. Really pushed her way up. You know, credit to Train there, Angela Train, as she got off that block, came back, still made the tackle, stayed involved in the play.
Let's see, Train Griffin's gonna come off the field. As you mentioned, one of the defensive leaders and captains for this Vixen squad. Downs do officially reset, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Humphrey in the backfield, looking to pass. Has time, deep shot! And, ooh, just overthrew McMahon a little bit.
Just out of reach.
That was close to being another touchdown.
I will say, I'm not sure which Vixen player it was, but that quarterback had someone right in her face as she was making that throw. Here's a replay here.
Oh, just misses barely. That was number 26, Caitlin Hill, in coverage.
That's the kind of pressure that you need at a time like this, where you need your defense to show up in the secondary, but the D-line is still in it and has a big impact on those throws, how cleanly they come out.
2nd and 10, 14-14 game here from Edina, Minnesota. Snap.
Play action.
Great pass and reception. He's got space, takes it down near the 10-yard line.
I believe it was Britta Clark there, yes, on that tackle.
Well, Sydney blocked the tight end. So it's been Block and McMahon, kind of the 2 primary targets for the Slam so far.
Oh, some real playmakers.
Down, the chains will move once again. 1st and 10, 12-16 to go here in quarter number 2. 14-14, snap. Play action.
Ooh.
Little short pass to Block once again, takes it a couple yards short of the 1st. Great play call.
Yes, it was.
Their play action today has been very effective for both teams, and right there for the Slam.
Found that space on the side and a couple of high tackles, just didn't get the job done right away.
And that's the problem you run into when you've had success running the ball, is where are they going to go?
That's right.
Those play actions are going to be way more dangerous. So 2nd and 3. Good look at the Slam quarterback, Jamie Gall. Snap. Handoff Humphrey. Makes a move.
Oh, great hit there. Sam Barber, I believe, came up to make that strong hit and really met it at the peak there of that run.
And talk about Humphrey just carrying her along. But if she didn't make that hit, she was probably in the end zone instead of at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to trigger fast on a player like Humphrey. And unfortunately, Barber read it and came up.
So 1st and goal. Slam on the precipice of another touchdown. Hand off Humphrey.
Got a pull
Makes
and a
move
slice.
and touchdown. And the St. Louis Slam are back on top, 20-14 on a Humphrey touchdown.
I'm not sure if that was a pre-planned kind of high five there. Every time Humphrey touched someone, they just fell down. Or who knows, maybe she's just that strong.
Here's a look back on replay at the
Great
score.
double pull there. She just could walk in if she wanted.
And you can see her jawing at one of the defenders, and there's that replay. I love seeing the fun celebration, so it's great to see the creativity there. As we get set for the extra point.
Looks like there might be a little miscommunication from the St. Louis Slam sideline on who's supposed to be out and where, and they're getting it figured out here.
Yep, as you see a late addition, that's number 92. Welch.
And blocked.
That got blocked, so extra point is no good. So that's the one piece we didn't really talk about is extra points and special teams, how big of a factor, and kicks like that could add up later in the game.
That's right. Even if it's only 1 or 2 points of a difference at the time, it's also about the momentum.
As you just saw, another look at that touchdown, and once again want to thank everybody tuning into the game tonight. Gotten a pretty good one so far today.
Looks like we have some veterans tuning in as well. It's great to see Bia Lee, and earlier we had Molly Blezzy pipe in, former D-line player, Hannah Martin, former O-line.
Beautiful campus, too, here at Coleman Field from Edina. This has been one of my favorite venues to come catch a Vixen game at. Very big, very spacious, but all the Vixen fans also do a really good job filling up the home side stands.
They're great. The fans here are just incredible. It's wonderful when it's not just parents, family members, and close friends. You know, you get into the community members who might not even know a player personally, but just great support.
And the kick is away, so it's going to be Roche with the return, makes a move and takes it out to the 32, maybe 33-yard line. And Roche's been pretty good on special teams, too, even getting 10, 15 yards on a shorter kick.
Well, she's an athlete. You know, there are some people that, as a lifelong athlete, everyone wants to strive for that zone where you got the flow and everything. It almost seems to happen to you. But then players like Roush, I mean, they just live in the flow. I could say the same thing about Sam Barber, who had some solid plays there on defense in the last drive.
So 10:40 to go here in the second quarter. Handoff. Great penetration by the Slam.
Yeah, 2 players in there in the backfield on that. They were ready.
I'll make it second and about 11.
Number 42, Mary Altapeter on that tackle.
Good look at Aaron Kelly taking the play back to the huddle. Second and 11, 20-14 game in favor of the Slam. Looking to pass, has a lot of time, and caught near the 35, but wrapped up immediately. That was number 89, Nikki Hyber.
Looks like Maya LaFleur, number 5, was well in the backfield on that throw, and great pickup by Sarah Roush to get that last second block and give EK some time to make a throw, even though it was unfortunately kind of short. You know, the Vixen, they're trying to chip away.
It's Kiana Smith who made the tackle. As we get set for a 3rd and long. Hoping to avoid the second 3 and out of the game.
Got a tight trips right here.
Snap, looking to pass once again. Fires over the middle and goes off the hands of Dvorak.
Who had plenty of defensive players near her, so she might be counting her blessings that didn't get caught. She might have gotten murdered right after.
And that's going to bring out the punting unit. Great Nat sound right there. You could hear the coaching staff yelling, punt, punt, punt. So no lying on what was happening there.
Looks like we have Tim Singleton coaching special teams this year.
So 4th and 7. The punt is away, and that's a pretty good one.
That is some
Look
good
at the
distance.
bounce.
Nice forward roll there. Good spin on it.
If that was just a little bit more towards the middle of the field, that was going to carry for a pretty good spot. But regardless, still pretty good to get him at the 18, 19-yard line.
Defense comes out, and you know, from our booth here, we can see the sideline. The offense really hashing it out, taking this time to have a game plan and work out some of the tweaks.
So that was the Vixen's second 3-and-out of the game after scoring on their previous 2 possessions. Slam have not had a 3-and-out yet today.
That's true, they have not. They move the ball, that's for sure.
So this is going to be a huge drive. The other aspect of that, too, is the Slam will receive out of the second half. Handoff, great penetration.
Wow. What a fantastic find there by 77.
That's number 77,
Samira Garcia-Pedro.
That was the first time they really penetrated to stop up the run. Usually she's been able to shift around a little bit, make some moves, and not gain much, but that's the first time it felt like they dominated the line of scrimmage.
You know, I played whirly ball with her a couple weekends ago. She's a beast.
Heard whirly ball is a really fun sport. I've never played it.
It's pretty great.
2 receivers each side, 1 running back in the backfield looking to pass. Gall has a receiver and off the hands.
Oh, that's tough. The space was there, the separation.
That's number 10, Jamie Skinner. Listed as a defensive back out of St. Louis, Missouri, to Lindenwood University. So playing both sides of the ball.
We've got Brian Sweeney here announcing on site, really getting the fans pumped up for this 3rd down, and Vixen try and stop it here.
Sweeney also the host of the Road to Canton show, which will be playing at halftime for those tuning in live. 3rd and 14, big defensive time for Vixen, looking to pass. Gall dumps it out to Humphrey and just gets away. She covers it just in case of a fumble, but I thought that was an incomplete pass.
Well, she was really trying to make something of that play because those defenders were right in her face.
Take a look on replay. We'll see. I think it's just, that's close.
It is very close.
I could see it ruled other way, but I do agree that it was a forward pass initially. But this is the first huge stop for the Vixen tonight.
Yeah, it seems like maybe there's more blitzes coming in, a different kind of pressure, anticipating where St. Louis Slam is going. But I imagine the defensive coordinator, Eric Mang, is pretty happy with this drive, this stop.
That's McMahon doing the punting duties as well. Good kick. That's caught by number 83. Has a lot of room, and takes it into Slam territory. So somebody just give her the special teams MVP already.
Just give her a ribbon or something. Shy Rhodes, athletic catch there. It was coming in hot. Got her hands around it, runs through. Great forward fall.
That was also a great tackle by Block on the back end. There's a lot of space right there. That could have been a lot more. Good shot of Aaron Kelly getting the play call from Connor Joe Lewis. So far, if you're Joe Lewis, you have to be feeling pretty good with how your offense is playing. Need to clean up a few things, but looking to do some more damage here in Slam territory. 1st and 10, snap. Handoff, and the Slam read that like a book.
They sure did, looking to run there, and they filled those gaps.
That was Fairmolin on the carry for the Vixen, make it 2nd and 10.
You can see the focus with the way the Slam is communicating with each other and getting prepared. We've got the D-end over there jumping up and down, ready to go, keeping the legs warm. It's number 5, Maya LaFleur. Talking, communicating with the team, they're ready to go.
Fairmolin stays on the field. I'm liking the use of 2 different running backs here tonight. Keeps them on their toes. Play action pass, Kelly. A lot of room. Deep shot. Caught! What a play call! That's Jackie Radford on the reception, and the Vixen are threatening once again, Berg.
Incredible. Well, the defense took the bait on that. You know, they had the play action pass there. They thought the play was going. It looks like offensive line sold it as well. EK takes it out to the other side, and Jackie Radford does what she does best, makes an athletic catch.
And they're going up-tempo, handoff, Fairmolin looking for space. Makes a move inside, touchdown!
Oh, those blocks.
Minnesota Vixen, and you said it yourself. O-line key tonight, and boy, that was some beautiful blocking. Boy, that was a beautiful run.
That was fantastic. You see Sammy Kraus coming off the line and Sam Anderson just both hit hard on that, push their players back, and there we go. We're in the end zone. We're got 2 points.
Man, this is quite the shootout.
Or sorry, rather, I thought we were going for 2 there. There's the touchdown for a fantastic drive by the Vixen O-line.
Once again, that'll be Hannah Eckhart out to do the kicking duties. Kick is up and good. So now the Vixen have their first lead of the game, and that's a huge, huge fact. Now you can build off that momentum as you get another good look, and that was a great angle on the blocking. I loved having that reverse angle, so great job by the Minnesota Vixen on all facets of the offense.
I'm sure that the Vixen would love to go into halftime with staying on top and ahead, but they've got 6 minutes, 17 seconds left, and the Slam are not going to go down easy.
Minnesota also one of the unique teams in the WFA. They have 2 teams in the state, but they partner up with their sister squad, the Minnesota Minx, and they've had a few players that have played both sides. One notable vet, Madison Hahn. She plays for the Minx. She was a Vixen player for some time. I believe Shayna Sparrow was also a Minx in their inaugural season.
Yes, that's correct. And Sarah Roush, I believe, played towards the end of the Minx season as well.
It's an interesting partnership because not many other squads have that kind of developmental team up, if you will, and the Minnesota Minx are playing their first season at the Division III level. They were at the developmental for a couple, and now they've moved up.
It's a huge advantage for this organization. The majority of athletes coming into this team have played different sports, but not necessarily women's tackle football. The youth infrastructure isn't there. So to have a feeder team where you're getting players that already have even just years of experience, it makes a big difference for the organization.
Botched return, but picked up by Humphrey, taken out near the 30. So great recovery right there. And St. Louis Slam looking for a rebound after surrendering 7 to the Vixen. Good look at the quarterback goal. Who's had herself a pretty good day.
Yeah, I'd say some really spot-on passes.
And pretty clean offenses on both sides. No turnovers today. 2 receivers top of the screen, 1 to the bottom.
See Britta Clark on the edge there, going in fast.
Humphrey handoff, and she is swallowed.
A lot of traffic there.
And waiting what is a little kerfuffle. Maybe thinking there was a fumble in there.
Yeah, I think Barbara tried to take advantage of any kind of fumbling action that may even look suspicious. But refs called it down here, and St. Louis Slam prepares for another try here at this first 10.
2 receivers each side of the field. They have McMahon and blocks stacked on the same side. Calling the shotgun, looking to pass. And looking for McMahon, overthrown, and almost the first turnover of the game. That one sailed on her as McMahon couldn't get there.
Just a misconnect there. McMahon a little deep, the throw a little shallow, but the space was there, the separation was there. The Vixen are lucky that didn't get connected.
Boy, and there were a couple Vixen there. That was number 7. Don't see 7 on the roster. Apologize, I'll get that name in a little bit. So 3rd down, 5.5 to go. Vixen looking for another big stop. Gall back to pass, has time, moves, fires, and has an open receiver. Caught, and 1st down. Talk about a huge 3rd down play. That's number 16, Amanda Richardson, on the reception.
Good timing as well for the Slam, calling a play that's going to get them to that 10-yard mark and connecting right at that 10-yard mark to get the 1st down. And Caitlin Hill did a great job of triggering quickly, but just not quickly enough to beat them to that spot.
Getting the line a little quicker this time. And that's the other thing, too, is they weren't afraid to go back to the pass on a near interception on the previous play. So we'll see what they decide to do here. Gall, shotgun, looking to pass. Check down to Humphrey. Humphrey wrapped up and tackled behind the line.
Again, that number 7, who unfortunately we don't have listed on the roster, but great play there to read that.
Good look at the replay here. Yeah, great tackle. Looked like that was number 6 as well, Jocelyn Tanner, involved in the action. 2nd and 11.
It'll be interesting to see if there's any adjustment after halftime or even before then by these cornerbacks who seem to be playing off pretty far back and perhaps creating some of the space that the St. Louis Slam's taking advantage of.
And we're going to get our first timeout of the game. That be timeout, I believe, by Minnesota.
I see Shy Rhodes on the field there, and man, if she could continue the momentum she's had so far, I could see a big stop coming from her. Shout out to veteran Jessica Knorr, fantastic, aggressive linebacker who also helped coach the Minx. The other fans, shout out by Kellyanne to her cousin, it seems, Kaylee Damson, number 54.
And we got that update. Number 7 is Chloe Anderson for the Vixen. We apologize not having that right away. We did some last-second switching up before the broadcast, but it's been a good one. Here's a shot of Anderson making her presence known in this game.
You know, I just realized I actually do know Chloe, so way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go, buddy.
and the thing is here, it's a beautiful press box here, but it is pretty high up and far away, so the numbers are the nameplates are a little hard to read. And I know we were doing a game at Seafoam last year, and the Vixen had the Pride jersey numbers, and those numbers, while they were cool numbers, they were hard to read from that high
Oh
up.
my gosh, I can imagine.
But they're still pretty cool jerseys, and I love to see them. So
Yeah, you got to hope for someone to turn sideways and get their number.
Gall in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires deep to McMahon, and caught!
Wow.
The back shoulder fade looking like Aaron Rodgers in his prime. What a throw.
What a reference.
I'm a Packer fan. I got to let it know, and I know I'm Minnesota. But
I'm not going to say anything.
that's why I said it is prime, not torn Achilles.
Covering your bases there.
But hey, to be fair, it was to a number 17, and that was common with Devontae Adams.
Big play there by the Slam. Perfect throw. Perfect timing.
Gall back in the shotgun. Humphrey to her left. Handoff. Humphrey, lot of room. Makes a move and gets past the 1st down. A lot of space right there.
Speedy run. taken down by number 53, inside linebacker Marilla Lar.
So running game starting to work again. Once again for the Slam. And it's been a pretty balanced attack for the most part all game, which is what you want. Normally when you get into tight situations, you find yourself leaning one way or the other, but it's been pretty balanced for both teams.
Yeah, I see you mentioned earlier number 30, Humphrey, is an alumni of Quincy, and you know, from the looks, I think she was probably a track star. I mean, some really speedy runs, and we got a catch by number 3 there, Newtsling.
Yeah, quick catch by Newtsling, and great play to gain more yards and get near the first down. And we're getting near the 2 minutes. No 2-minute warning, as WFA rules are more similar to NCAA football.
Shy Rhodes comes off here.
So 2nd and 2. Gall in the shotgun. 2 receivers each side. Snap. Looking to pass. Has time. Deep shot. Finds a gap, and that's McMahon, and touchdown.
Touchdown Slam.
Man, the Gall to McMahon connection has been red hot tonight.
Reminds me of Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how his kid does in the NFL. As take a look back on replay. Yep, just found the soft spot in the defense and took her in for a touchdown.
I mean, she was surrounded by 4 Vixen players. Made that catch, got the right angle, and took it right in.
That's something that's got to tighten up a little bit, because they haven't really been targeting a ton of other receivers. It's just been McMahon and their tight end, Sydney Block.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Vixen adapt after halftime.
And there's still plenty of time to work with, a minute 38, but you did burn. Oh, no, excuse me. They have all 3 timeouts. It was a Slam timeout. So they still have plenty of time to work with as we await the extra point. Up, and that is good. So plenty of time to work with, but you also don't want to put yourself in a spot you'll get burned in the second half. Another look on replay.
Great form there. Right in the gut. Quarterback makes the ball easy to catch. McMahon.
Also, kickoff specialist. Also forgot to mention, too, the new press box here in Edina, so it's a little bigger, a little nicer. Last year we were over at North St. Paul High School for these Minnesota Vixen games. There's a shot of the new press box, and you see camera operator Jerry right there.
Yeah, there's my arm waving.
So it's a great campus here at Edina High School, and it's great to be back here. WFA season's always one of my favorite time of year. As we await the kickoff, 1:38 to go. 27-21 lead in favor of the St. Louis Slam. The kick, high one. Little miscommunication, and thankfully that was not fumbled. Makes a move, gets a decent return out of a near fumble. And that's one of the first special team blunders we've seen today.
Number 29 there, Paige Kuplick.
Got tied up a little bit with Shy Rhodes. In that scenario, who typically kind of has charge? Is it the player further back, or is it kind of in the middle?
Well, it really just depends on how it goes down and who calls it. You know, if you call it, you better get it. And you know, sometimes you've got 2 people calling it. You know, I would imagine based on Paige's position, she could be more of a blocker, like a wedge line blocker. But if you're gonna go, you go, and she did. She took it up and avoided some tackles there along the way.
Nice pass out to Roach in the flat. Good gain. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock. 1:20 to go. They're going to have to keep moving.
That's right. They got a hurry up call here.
Like I said, no 2-minute warning. This is college rules. Pass. Firing deep, and
Ooh.
She was pushed out of bounds.
Wondering about some interference there. It's hard to say.
I was thinking the same thing. We haven't seen a flag today.
No, we have not.
Clean football all the way through, but I thought that one was
a little questionable.
A little questionable.
Dvorak was pretty far off of her route to have it just be incidental.
So minute 7, still plenty of time. Plenty of time to work with, and even up the score. Like I said, that missed extra point earlier could come into play. Take a look back on replay. See, there's a
little bit of contact, but not a whole lot.
Wasn't as bad. It looked worse up from up here. So.
It sure did. You know, she was half out of bounds.
Handoff, Roche. No, excuse me, Fairmolin. She's got room. Takes it near the 43-yard line. Great carry.
And we've got another hurry-up call here. Vixen try and get back on the line and ready, but timeout called.
There were a couple Slam players down on the tail end of the plays. You get a look back at that fantastic run. Man, they really have a dynamic duo, and that's a huge asset for any football team.
What an incredible block by Taylor Fox. And as we're on a break here, and really just sealed up that edge. Looks here's like we might be getting another look at it. Here coming in, Taylor Fox there on the left side. Some players move to the center, and Taylor just seals up that edge, and then, you know, the running back's taking it all the way up the field. That's a game-changer block. And they really needed this drive.
There's still 2 timeouts available to the Vixen with a minute to go. So, 1st and 10 after the big run by Fairmolin. 1 running back in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left. Looking to pass, dumps it out to the flat. That's Roche. He's got some room. You gotta get that. You gotta go outside when it's a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's really, I think she's trying to avoid some of the tackles there, but the Slam were not having it.
And we know the history behind these teams. They're both very, very experienced, and that's one play you gotta take that into account. They're gonna try to keep you in bounds no matter what. So now they're forced to burn a timeout.
That's right.
Luckily they're still on the Slam side of the field, but still not a gimme touchdown or red zone range.
See the Slams defense talking over here and looking pretty cool and collected overall. Just the intensity and focus is clear. Coach seems pretty down to earth, and you know, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. And as far as the disposition of your leadership, that's huge. It affects how you play and how you think and how you feel. Here we've got Connor Lewis and Coach Ma, Michelle Braun, veteran player herself, and O-line coach, coming out and talking up the O-line and the offense. Time's ticking. This is close.
So 2nd and 7. One back behind Kelly. Couple of receivers near side. And play action. Kelly looking to chuck it deep. And who almost was our first interception of the game. That was Newtsling in coverage. And boy.
Tough throw to make with someone in your face, too.
Just was behind the intended target. Amanda Dvorak is great shot from our on-field cam, and just too short.
Just off the fingertips of Newtsling there.
So
great read.
45 seconds, 3rd and 7. You're in that weird range to where Don't think you're going to kick a field goal from this far out, but you also don't want to give the Slam some opportunity with 45 seconds and 2 timeouts. Kelly looking up the pass. Caught over the middle. Dvorak takes it across the 30 and gets the first down.
Got a first down. Great route combo there to really distract the defense and pull them away. I imagine they were anticipating that Dvorak would go deep as well as typically she would. But she stays close, hugs line, gets some space, and a good run after the catch.
Luckily, this is college rules, so on a first down, the clock doesn't run immediately. Pass outside, great throw, great catch. Radford, that's exactly what you needed.
That's
and
right.
Got out of bounds.
Way to get out bounds.
So, clock, not too much of a factor yet, doing a great job on those last 2 plays.
2 solid hands on that coming out of bounds. Radford was not going to drop that ball.
Here we go, Vixen chant out in the crowd, looking to hype up their offensive squad.
Oh, I can feel the bleachers shaking under us here. I hope this new booth is engineeringly sound.
A fumble, and that is a drive killer.
Looks like the Slam has it. Wow.
Wow, what a swing in momentum, and
what a timely turnover there for the Slam to go into halftime with that kind of big play right behind them.
And we mentioned it earlier, as you get a look back on the replay, that was a little bit low, so a little too low for Fairmolin. Got to get that a little bit higher. And that's a huge momentum swing for the Slam, as they will receive out of the halftime break.
That was number 50, Daniels, who's actually one of their O-line players. Gotta love those moments of glory when you're on the O-line. Or rather, the D-line here.
Imagine with their positioning on the field, they won't try anything too crazy. A lot of times you'll see the handoff, and if it's a big play, you'll try something. And that's exactly what they'll do. Handoff to Humphrey. She's got some space. Takes it outside. Tackled near the first down. And that's our first flag of the game. As we await the call. Shot of our referee. Tyler Downs. Face mask on the Vixen, so that gives them another 15. So now with 13 seconds, that's kind of that weird range. You could take a shot, but...
Well, you certainly can now compared to 15 yards ago.
I'm going to look back on a replay, see if we can see it. Yep. It was just the pinky finger, so not much of a face mask, but enough to call it in.
Yeah, Humphrey took that cut back, trying to avoid the tackle, and defender there had an outstretched arm, and that's where it ended up.
And we're going to get a Slam timeout. They're going to talk over what they want to do here. So if you're the Slam, what way do you lean in this situation? Do you think they should go for it? Do you think play
I think they've got to pass it. I think they got to go down the field. They've had the separation. They've got that great connection going with their offensive pair there. Yeah, I'd say go for it if I were them.
Good shot of the Minnesota Vixen huddle as they look for last second stop here in the final 13 seconds of half number 1. So huge stop needed here for the Vixen. Jamie Gall, quarterback from St. Louis, Missouri, out of Webster University. Standing at 5'7". See what she does.
She's paying attention, that's for sure.
Waits the snap. Snap. looking to pass deep, has a receiver and just can't get back, and that's a flag. They're going to call pass interference on that?
Interesting. I don't know that Britta Clark there was even paying attention to where the ball was. Might have gotten in the way of the route, but it'll be interesting to see what the call is here.
Definitely will need a replay on that one. They're going to wave it off.
Yeah.
I think that's the right call. I did not see much, and if there was contact, I thought it was incidental.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You see her fall down.
Well, she's coming back for the pass that was slightly short.
You could also make you got to turn your head around and find, but also that's a tough play when you're running full swing.
Slam still have time here to shoot down the field again.
6 seconds, so we'll see if it's either a Hail Mary or the pitch it 20 times and work some magic. Motors, full little Tennessee Titans. Pump fake, deep shot to McMahon, and through the hands, and she's looking for a flag.
Wants a flag on that, but I don't think there was any opportunity to stop that momentum by Hill.
I have to agree. Take a look at the tail end. Yeah.
And she still had time and opportunity to make the catch. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't get their hands around the ball on that.
So we officially hit halftime here from Coleman Field in Edina. Let's go through your scoring, and there's a lot of it. So here's the first touchdown pass from Gall all the way back to the tight end block. That was a beautiful floater touchdown. As we go to the Vixens' first score, a deep shot to Amanda Dvorak, and boy, that was a pretty throw. Probably the best throw of the half.
Gorgeous.
Next will be Gall, another touchdown pass. Straight to McMahon, who's had herself a day today as well. Next, Minnesota Vixen answer back once again to a little check down to Radford. Great physicality near the goal line. Followed by a touchdown run by Humphrey. Vixen back on the attack. Handoff to Fairmolin for her first touchdown in a Vixen uniform. Followed by a nice touchdown pass to McMahon for her second of the day. Found great separation in between the coverage. So as we hit halftime, Berg, do you have any final thoughts on what you've seen so far in this game?
Well, I think it's going to come down to the Vixen secondary getting something tightened up or re-strategized. Vixen offense is working pretty well, just keeping it consistent, not making mistakes. Because the Slam will take advantage of that. They're ready. They're coming out hot. And for the Slam's offense, they just got to keep that rolling with McMahon and Gall. And, Humphrey is no joke. So I imagine both teams are making some adjustments and ready to come back.
Absolutely. So we hit halftime here from Coleman Field in Edina, Minnesota. The St. Louis Slam lead the Minnesota Vixen 27-21 here on Town Square Television's Game of the Week.
The following is a presentation of the Women's Football Alliance.
Opening weekend is in the books. We'll look back on week 1 and forward to week 2 on the road to Canton. Welcome to the Road to Canton. I'm your host, Brian Sweeney, the voice of the Women's Football Alliance Pro Division National Championship game. We had a great opening weekend of football across the entire Pro Division, including a long overdue win for one team and a surprising upset for another. let's look back at the Week 1 scores and highlights. Last year's Division II national champion New York Wolves wasted no time getting their first victory at the WFA Pro level when they gave the Farmingdale, New York fans a tight game and a 20-14 victory over the Detroit Venom of Division II. In another WFA Pro versus Division II matchup, the Houston Energy welcomed the OKC Lady Force. However, it was the visiting team from OKC that upset the Pro Division team, this time as the Energy lost 14-16. Hoping to avenge the loss in the Pro Division National Championship last season, the St. Louis Slam played host to the Columbus Chaos of Division II. Last season, the Chaos failed to score on the Slam. This time around, they did manage to put 3 on the board, but it was not enough to overcome the Slam's high-powered offense, who beat the Chaos 65-3. And in a Pro Division head-to-head matchup, the Tampa Bay Inferno welcomed the Boston Renegades. At the half, Boston was only up by 13. However, the second half played out like Groundhog's Day as the Renegades did what they do best, put the ball in the end zone and beat the Inferno by a final score of 47-0. Alex wasn't able to join us in studio this week, but he's at home with his thoughts.
Thanks, Brian. While obligations here at school are keeping me away from the studio this week for this week's edition of Road to Canton, there was a lot of great things that I saw in the WFA Pro Division in terms of results from last week. None of the wins surprised me. What did surprise me was the multitude by which those wins occurred, specifically with Boston and St. Louis, both winning by multiple scores. It was impressive to see just how quickly their offense has gotten to gear. You know, sometimes in that first week of a season, it takes time for an offense to get going. It takes time for an offense to be able to reach its full potential. But both St. Louis and Boston really proved that their offenses were set, running, and ready to go. We'll talk about it more coming up in our Game of the Week segment, but I was impressed by what I saw out of Pittsburgh back at full strength. I was impressed by what I saw at a mile high, and I think that when we talked last week about the question of would New York be ready to go to Division I and the WFA Pro, there was a lot of good things that I saw in their matchup against Detroit, where when they were able to come back from being down early against the Detroit Venom, they did a great job in consistently responding, and Danielle Ayala had some perfect passes that led to not only touchdown scoring opportunities, but touchdowns themselves. I was really impressed with what I saw out of New York this week, but in terms of the results, everything unfolded in week number 1 as planned in the WFA Pro Division.
Now let's look at the Week 1 games of the week. In the early game, the Alabama Fire welcomed the Pittsburgh Passion to Winona High School. Pittsburgh, still hurting from the 7-8 playoff loss in 2023, came to play, and in doing so made sure the National Conference knows the Passion are back and ready to play in 2024 by winning 36-7. Alex, what was it about this win for the Passion that you liked?
A week ago, we talked about the depth of the Pittsburgh Passion and the Alabama Fire, and Pittsburgh very quickly responded to all of those questions in their win in Alabama on Saturday. You looked at, again, was Marcelina Chavez ready to take the big time as the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Passions? She answered that with a resounding yes. There were multiple times in their first drives against Alabama where penalties pushed them back. The one thing that I want to see out of Pittsburgh moving forward is I want to see that they make sure to play clean football for the rest of the season. That's a big thing that I worry about with Pittsburgh. A lot of times the penalties in their game against Alabama were unnecessary, unclean, and put them in difficult situations. Granted, the offense really put them in a great spot to convert those plays, but you don't want to be giving yourself long distance opportunities, specifically against other teams in the WFA. You know that matchup with Boston's coming up. You know that you're playing some other big time competition that you have to play cleaner football against. But that being said, Pittsburgh found all their answers on offense, and their depth wasn't tested truly in game number 1. They showed it, but it wasn't tested. Alabama on the other side, I think there's a lot of things that they have to look forward to, where you're talking about it's a team that on Saturday against Pittsburgh, they threw the ball a lot more frequently than what they did last season. I liked the frequency with which they were throwing the ball, but the problem was the routes were just overthrown, and that's a better problem to have because you can teach touch. You cannot teach necessarily throwing the ball. It's time in the gym. So if you teach that touch pass, I think Alabama's going to be okay. They have a tough matchup coming up this week against Boston, but I really like what I saw But it's just the gauntlet of their schedule to start this season that makes things tough for the Alabama Fire. Their running game got going. It was a tough first quarter, but they really were able to improve as time went by. And I like what Alabama did. I probably is not going to turn into a result this week, but the week after that, anything's possible.
And in the second game of the week, the 2022 Division II champions traveled to play the 2021 Division II champions as the Nevada Storm welcomed the Mile High Blaze. This matchup will continue to be a great one in seasons to come, as in 2023 they split with both teams winning at home. This time it was the visiting Blaze that won 49-21. These teams will meet again this season on June 1st in Colorado. Alex, the National Conference has the DC-Boston matchup year in and year out. Now on the American Conference side, we have the Mile High Blaze and the Nevada Storm. Your thoughts on this growing rivalry?
The Mile High and Nevada Storm rivalry isn't really one that's been ongoing for a short window. It's been going on for a long time in their rivalry at Division II. But you like to see the teams switch wins. That's what makes a rivalry great. Not one team winning every matchup, but they're being consistent. One team has a chance, the other team has a chance. That makes those things really opportunistic. You think about great rivalries in sport. One team wins, the other team wins. If one team wins more frequently than the other, then that's not much of a rivalry, and that's not much fun for us to be able to look through and see. We talked about the question marks, and I think that there's some opportunities to go through and break this game down piece by piece, but the question marks that we had about the team's depth, the question marks that we had about the team's abilities to be able to move the football and stop the other team from scoring, I think head-to-head, this isn't a good matchup for either team's defense. We kind of saw that a little bit on Saturday, but I really liked what I saw out of Kimberly Santa-Steven, and I like what I saw out of Jesse Felker. The depth, again, at quarterback for both of these teams is phenomenal. There's some really good things that are going on the offensive side of the football. I'm encouraged to see what both of these teams do moving forward, because each has the opportunity, as we talked about in week one, each of these teams has the ability to expand what they can do and has a chance at the American Conference crown. Yes, Minnesota, St. Louis are probably the prohibitive favorites here. St. Louis, of course, we talked about their dominant game week one against Columbus. Minnesota will play this week in their opening contest, but there's so much to look forward to in terms of what those teams can do that it's really exciting to see both of their offensive flowing, but again, it's just how does Nevada, how does Mile High compare against other teams? That's going to be the defining characteristic in their season. Aside from that head-to-head, I loved what I saw in week one, and in game number one between these two, I can't wait to see the reverse picture coming up later on this season.
Lois Cook is back for 2024 with information and entertainment, or as we like to call it, infotainment, in her segment, Low on the Go.
Oh, that was the question. Okay, on you, ready? Okay. Hey, yeah, this is so exciting. We are out here at our new practice field, and, there's going to be such a huge turnout. This is amazing. This is going to be the first time ever that we're going to have to cut so many people. And I don't like to do that. I don't like to do that to people, but we only want the best of the best. And, our veteran players are coming back, and they are ready. They are ready to go. They're fired up for this new season. And yeah, we're looking forward to those new players coming in. But yeah, I gotta tell you, it's not an easy job. Not an easy job to be the head coach. Where is everybody? Hello? Hello? Did you send the message? Yeah. You sent it to everybody? Yep. Jan, Lucy, them two. Too Tall Tony? Yep. Roro? Yep. Wide Back Lou? Mm-hmm. Diesel Debbie? Yep. What about Crazy Leg Carrie? Yep. Bam Bam, thank you ma'am, shake and bake, Baby Beluga Betty? Yeah. Well, I sent out the message. I don't think she sent the message. I don't think she even has a phone. Well, let's just give it a minute. It's been 84 years.
I know we were out there for a long time, but I did not expect our hair to turn gray. So what are we gonna do, Coach?
We gotta get players. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Yes. Join us next week for another episode of Blow on the Go.
What you meant to sit right here and sit down my hip? Oh, my hip. Oh, my hip. Mm-hmm. What you call that? What you call that right there? What you call that right there? What's that? Oh, that's a camera. A camera. Camera. You know, back in my day, we didn't have nothing like that. Back in my day, we didn't have electricity. That's nice.
After this short break, we will look at the Week 2 matchups. Let's jump right in to the Week 2 matchups. Fresh off a Week 1 win, the 1-0 New York Wolves welcome the 1-0 Baltimore Nighthawks of Division II. Last season, on their way to the Division II championship, the Wolves and Nighthawks met 3 times, including in the playoffs, where the Wolves won by their smallest margin of the season, 27-26. Looking to get back on the winning track, the 0-1 Houston Energy will host the Austin Outlaws of Division.
Welcome back to Town Square Television's Game of the Week. Offensive slugfest. That is the perfect way to describe this game. It's been all gas, no brakes here on both sides for the Slam and the Minnesota Vixen. St. Louis leads 27-21 over your hometown Minnesota Vixen. Berg, what are you looking forward to in half number 2?
I want to see the adjustments. Yeah, I mean, offense has had a heyday here, and I would love to see how the defensive coordinators react and pivot here.
Vixen have a little bit of an uphill climb. Slam will receive down 1 score. And I would like to make one correction. Running back number 41 is Sarah Roche. I apologize for
personal
getting that wrong.
apology. Really sorry about that.
on my little enunciation sheet, I missed the E on the end, so I apologize about that. And the kicks away as we get set for half number 2. That'll go out of bounds. The flag comes out, and that'll move the ball, I believe, to the 40-yard line.
That was Paige Kuplik there on the kickoff.
And that's kind of back-to-back special teams miscues. Almost that botched kick return on that miscommunication, then kicking out of bounds. Not the way you want to start, but not the worst thing in the world either. And so the Vixen in the all-black uniforms, like I said, those are brand new. Slam, white tops, white helmets, black bottoms. A lot of WFA teams like the black uniforms.
You know, I always liked being in black until, late June.
Yep. Right now, this is perfect temperature today. Not too windy, not too cold. Perfect weather for football. Personally, I love spring and fall. I hate summer. I melt in the heat, so.
Yeah, sometimes I get a little irritable. This is a sweet spot in our weather.
Absolutely. As we get set for possession number 1 of the second half.
Handoff. Running.
Humphrey runs straight into a wall. for no gain.
Good defensive stop there right off the bat.
Like I said earlier, there weren't a ton of times that D-line got a lot of penetration and covered up the hole in the middle. Usually Humphrey's been able to kind of work it around outside, but great job forcing that shut and getting her stuck in the pile. Once again, shout out to our production crew. Charles, Rob, Jerry, Sean on cams, Toby, Jackson in the truck, and then Mike Davison back at master control. Looking to pass. Slam out to McMahon. He's got room. First down. Makes a move outside and pushed out of bounds. Little stiff arm at the end. That was Hill in coverage.
Finds the gap in that 5 to 7 yard range and takes advantage.
Coverage hasn't even been terrible today. It's just she's finding enough separation, and a good ball has led to a lot of those chunk plays.
You know, for whatever reason, it seems like the DBs are starting. You can see number 7, Chloe Anderson, on the opposite side, Hill, starting about 10 yards back at the snap. Wondering if that'll be an adjustment, if that's part of the play design here. It's hard to tell. But the Slammer certainly taking advantage of it.
Handoff Humphrey, gain of 3 at the most.
That interior D-line says nope once again.
She just followed her lead blocker, the tight end block, all the way through. Just couldn't get broken free. We'll make it 2nd and 7.
Samira, number 77 there, was right on that wall, not letting them push her back a whole lot.
2nd and 7. Play action. Fires deep, wide open receiver, and that is caught at the 35-yard line. That's number 16, Amanda Richardson, wide receiver out of Belleville, Illinois. First non-St. Louis, Missouri name we've had to mention in this one.
Mm-hmm. Slam's getting the play call figured out here. Everyone's getting ready.
There's a good look at the quarterback, Jamie Gall. She's also got that big Captain C on the jersey as we get a flag. So we await the call from referee Tyler Downs.
False start on the offense there.
Like at the in-game music today too, a little
This reminds me of The Price is Right. They've got the yodeling
exactly.
guy going.
That's exactly what it is. Sweeney killing it on PA today.
Yeah, he's got a good sense of humor.
Just saw head coach for the Slam.
Maybe we can get a Plinko board up in here too.
Right. 2nd and 15. See that big Captain C on the front of the jersey. Snap, looking to pass. Has a receiver on the outside. Caught. Taken out near the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be about 3rd and 9.
Doing a great job of finding that boundary space as well, catching it just in bounds, but finding enough of the separation there.
It was Richardson on the reception. And now she's finally starting to find a few different targets. Like I said, all of her passes were to block or to McMahon.
To McMahon, right.
And that might have been Skinner on the reception. They have those digital alarm clock numbers, so the zeros kind of look like...
They look like 8s. I noticed
like
that
8s
too,
and
yeah.
6s, and a little tough to read, so apologize about that. Handoff Humphrey. Got space, makes a move. Near the first down.
Had some good blocking there.
That'll be about a yard or two short of the first down.
D-line for the Vixen got pushed back pretty far. The Slam where they came out hot.
It will be 3rd down. 2 receivers each side. Humphrey in the backfield as we await the play call. Vixen needing to tighten their defense. 11 minutes to go in the opening game for the Minnesota Vixen in week 2 of the WFA season. Gall looking to pass. Has a receiver and great sliding catch by McMahon for the first down.
Yeah, enough for a first. That's all they needed.
And that, it, like we said earlier, it's college rules, so if you catch it on the ground, you are down. You can't get up and run. Take a look back on replay.
Great adjustment there by McMahon.
Ooh, look, I think the ball hit the ground. Ooh.
Oh, it's tough to see in this league, you know, without the review and some of the resources that other leagues have. It's tough.
It might be a Des Bryant caught it moment, because I think it was good because it didn't move, but she had full control when it hit the ground, and it didn't assist in the catch. Handoff Humphrey. A lot of space, and pulled back.
My goodness, Train
Griffin.
Oh my, that was a Train tackle for sure.
That was just pure strength.
I don't want to be on the other side of that. Thank God I never have been.
Oh, and when she's in the backfield, we haven't seen that tonight, but we've seen her a few times last year. She was in the backfield.
Yeah, she can run through plenty of people. You know, she just takes that blocking hit, sheds it, and bam, right there. Big, strong arms. You're not going anywhere.
Train Griffin, one of the leaders of the Vixen. Pistol formation. Handoff. Play action kept by Gall. Has a receiver caught. A lot of space taken down near the 10-yard line. That is number 7, Kiana Smith. Listed as a D-back, but also playing some wide receiver.
Sam Barber on the tackle there.
And the game plan seems to be coming together more and more for the Slam.
Yeah, I'd say they're still favoring that 5 to 7 yard, up to 10-yard area on these passes to the outside, but it does seem like they're mixing it up as well.
Just saw a shot of Quincy Davis, head coach of the Slam. Handoff Humphrey. Nice move, a lot of space. Good tackle on the back end. Number 6 was there.
Jocelyn Tanner.
All the Minnesota Vixen replay time.
Bit of a catch tackle, but way to get her body there and get a good wrap. When Humphrey's coming in there like a wrecking ball, you got to hope that you're strong enough to wrap her up.
We got second and about 5 here in quarter number 3. It's nice, too, they do have the play clocks below the scoreboard, so not having to use hand signals. Handoff. Play action now. Gall has a receiver, and touchdown, St. Louis Slam. What a great play call.
First drive, well earned there on that drive.
And that was Richardson on the touchdown reception. Good play fake. And
well, it'll be a test of the Vixens' fortitude here, coming out of the halftime, having to bite that bullet right away. And we'll see what kind of grit we're working with tonight.
Yeah, and we saw one turnover late in the first half that didn't really amount to much. So Vixen going to need to force something in the second half as the extra point is up and good.
So, certainly plenty of support from the fans here, both at home, the people in the stands, families and friends, and then we've got some supporters chiming in too. Head coach Connor Joe Lewis, fun fact, plays Australian football now that she's hung up the helmet for American tackle football. And the footy team for Minnesota, the Minnesota Freeze, is all watching from Houston right now. So shout out to the Freeze and thanks for all your support.
Great shot of the Vixen mascot down there. Got the full costume.
The whole
this year.
thing, yeah.
Love it.
Wonder where they see out of there. Maybe the mouth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or I'm sorry, it's the real Vixen. I should.
Well, I mean, I've seen the Golden Gopher. He spins his head around in a circle, so he must be wildly double jointed.
Oh, Goldie. Oh, they've got McMahon here kicking as well.
Yep, she's been doing great on special teams. Pretty good kicker. As this is the biggest deficit of the night for the Vixen. They had a lead for a very short time, and now they're down big. We'll see how they rebound with 8:07 to go in the third quarter.
The last few kicks by McMahon have just had awesome trajectories of both height and distance, and I imagine she'll put this similarly, considering her consistency thus far. A little higher up, a good distance there within the 10-yard line.
Caught by Sarah Roche. Near the 10, she's got some space. Can she get outside? Yeah, she does. Takes it out near the 30. And she nearly got an extra 5 to 10 yards, but that was a great tackle by, I believe, number 34, Stephanie Moore of the Slam.
She did a great job of getting around the edge there. running like she was going to go straight up the field and then taking advantage of the angle to the outside.
Great shot of the coach, Connor Joe Lewis, and quarterback Aaron Kelly.
You know, regardless of the scoreboard, Coach O should be proud of the game so far. This first team with a lot of rookies, and you know, when you have a lot of rookies, it's a time-consuming process to get everyone on board and ready for a big game like this. So kudos to Coach O and the coaching staff for a successful first game of the year.
So first down, Fairmolin in the backfield behind Kelly. Bradford in motion. Pitch. She's got space, and Kelly got taken down as Radford takes it back to first down. What a run!
Wow, and Nutzling was there for that tackle. I thought Radford was going to get out of it, but Nutzling was not going to give up. Got the heel of Jackie Radford's foot there and said, no, you're not going to go any farther than this. But Radford is such a great jet sweep runner out of that. Great play call.
And Kelly took a little bit of a shot at the back end of that play. Good to see her up and moving, but as a quarterback, you don't take a lot of those shots, so hopefully she can stay composed and stay in this one.
Well, especially with this pass pro today as well. EK hasn't had to take a lot of shots.
Fairmolin behind Kelly. Snap. Handoff Fairmolin. She's got the edge. Takes it back to first down. And out at the 40.
We've got a player down here in the line of scrimmage, number 72, Alex Strunk. Looks like getting up a little slow, but is back up.
Great to see. Like I said, this is the first game for Vixen, and it's coming at a good time where the weather is actually cooperating. A lot of the times the first game's open like 40s, 50s, a lot of cramps. You're not warm, you're not loose, so good to see the injuries have been to a minimum today to get a good look at that last run by Fairmolin. .6:30 here to go in quarter number 3, 34-21 lead in favor of the Slam. Kelly takes a snap, quick pass. Dvorak setting up the screen, and what a tackle. That was a fantastic tackle by number 42.
Mary Alt, Peter, and that wide receiving blocking there left nothing to be desired, but Mary Altiber just came in from the inside and strong pursuit.
On it, that play was saved by Altpeter right there. The blocking wasn't stellar on the receiver end, but it was just enough. She could have made a move and slipped her way through the cracks.
Yeah, she could have gotten the outside edge there with enough of that contact.
So 2nd and 6. One running back in the backfield, 3 receivers out left. Looking to pass. Kelly fires over the middle and broken up by number 21, Raven Williams of the St. Louis Slam.
Hotly contested on both sides.
Not a bad ball per se, just a great play. Well, a little bit behind, but that was a great play. The intended target was Shayna Sparrow. As we await third down. This is a critical drive. You need to get on the scoreboard here if you want to stay in this game. We'll see what the Vixen can draw up on 3rd and 6. Sparrow in motion. Handoff.
Blocking
Roche.
looks good. Keep going forward there.
Roche with a good run near a first down.
Oh, it's close, but I don't know that they've got the first.
I think she's short by a yard or two, but she did a great job just touching the back of her blocker, following it, and then shedding it.
Saw Nicole Chimko-Fahey there on an upfield block. Well, what do you think? Would you go for it if you were the Vixen here? Looks like they've got about a yard.
I think you have to in this scenario, but we have an injury. That's Alicia Strauss, but she gets up pretty quickly. She's gonna have to come off for a play, but good to see her up and moving. But back to your question, I think you have to go for it in this scenario. You're down 2 scores. The game has been a shootout. You can't be content. So I think you go for it here, and that looks like what the Vixen are going to do. As you can see, bottom of your screen, Kelly getting the play call. Be interesting what they do here on 4th and 2. A lot of options. Great look at the Vixen huddle. 4th and 2. And we're going to get a timeout. St. Louis will call their timeout. Want to rethink their play call.
Probably wanted to see how the Vixen lined up as well. Take a little extra time to make sure they get this pivotal moment stop.
So the Vixen were on the move, but drive at a little bit of a halt. I don't hate a pass play call in this scenario, but if you're going to pass it, you have to be on the money, and there's a fantastic crowd shot as Sweet Caroline plays. And look at that little kid there in the little teddy bear costume.
Yeah, pretty cute. Yeah, I think, you know, you put the ball in the hands of your playmaker. So have Erin Kelly, give her the option. Let her choose, run or pass, based on what she sees and what the defense does.
Absolutely great shot of the beautiful complex here in Edina. A lot of great football is played on this field, both by the Vixen and Edina High School. Edina Hornets. There's a shot of Connor Joe Lewis replacing Ryan McCauley. Offense has been pretty successful, but this is where we'll see the real thing. 4th and 2.
Trying to get them to jump off. And Slam is prepared. They're watching that ball.
Handoff. No pass. Caught by Radford. Perfect play call out at the 20, near the 15-10.
Oh, my gosh.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
I can't believe she stayed in bounds.
My goodness, what a play call. And the Vixen are back in this thing.
Incredible. Well done by Jackie Radford.
Take a look on replay.
Great play action there.
Fired a dart and
perfect pass right into her hands, outside shoulder.
Be interesting to see that foot.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well. It was very close.
As we get set for the extra point. Hannah Eckhart. The kick.
Looks good.
Man, not to take away from that last play, but she's been looking great kicking the football today.
Yes. Consistent, great trajectory.
Here's another angle on that play. Man, she's so good in open space. We'll see if that foot.
Oh, that's close.
That was close.
It is very close.
That's a tough angle, but it's with not having a camera on that side, it's very hard to tell.
Yeah, it seems like, especially in these pivotal moments, play action passes are working really well for the Vixen, and St. Louis Slam seem to be taking the bait on some of these fakes. I say capitalize on it. Make them work for it. Make them pay attention.
That's close.
Oh, that is so close.
That's as close as you can be. I don't hate the call. I think
kudos to Nutzling for getting out there and certainly giving it her all to try and take Jackie Radford down.
And that's a scenario where the referee has a better look than we do. So, kick is away. Caught by Humphrey. A lot of space.
Solid catch and return. Rolls out of a block.
Oh, boy, she broke multiple tackles on that.
She did. She does not slow down.
Taken out to the 44, so almost same scenario as the first drive.
I believe taken down by number 27, Shannon Russell. Or rather, Dana Gustafson.
So Minnesota rebounds very nicely. Like I said, they score. Here they have the extra point advantage unless something changes. But if you're the Vixen defense, you need something huge right now.
Yeah, they do. They've got to tighten up. Starting at almost the 45-yard line is a short field, especially for a team like the Slam. They can clearly move the ball downfield.
Oh, what a
Great tackle here by number 77, Samira Garcia-Pedro. Timely tackle.
She's made her presence known a few times tonight, too. She's been big presence on that D-line.
Yeah, she sure has. She's shedding those blocks and getting over there. A heads-up player. She's watching the play. She's watching the ball.
Here's a look on replay. Oh, it also just looked like block missed her block. Looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Has a receiver and caught!
Incredible. Wow.
What a catch by block.
Gall had a huge hand in her face as well on that throw and still nails it.
For a second, I thought there was going to be pass interference on that one.
You could see Train Griffin there with her hand up, and wow.
That, especially with the defender right in your face, that was Tanner.
Just lands in her fingers perfectly.
What a beautiful pass as we move the chains once again, 1st and 10. Gall, play action. Has the tight end short. Makes the completion. Past the 20, first down. 10, 5,
and
touchdown!
She's in. Same play we've seen probably a dozen times last half, and they capitalize on it again.
Man, Gall is having herself a night in the passing game.
Incredible. Great trajectory there as she rolls out. Gall is clearly a talented quarterback, seems to have a very consistent disposition as well, very calm and collected. Reminds me a lot of Kirsten Hansen, former quarterback of the Vixen.
Get a shot of block on the sideline as we get set for the extra point. Still pretty content trying extra points. That one's good. So the St. Louis Slam respond very quickly, extending the lead by 2 scores once again. Here's another look. No one there to cover the tight end as she turns on the jets and takes it to the house. As much as we talk about the players, the play calling has been fantastic on both sides of the field.
Yes, it has. Would love to see the Vixen special teams get a big play here. I see Krista Murakami going out onto the field number 5, which we can see here from the press box at least, and she is a real leader on special teams. Krista is one of those players you can see her in the here number 5 that she doesn't just know her position. She knows everyone's position on the field right now. Just hyper vigilant and aware and intelligent, and could tell you what every single player out there right now should be doing with their body and with their choices, where to move. So nice to have that leadership as well. You can see her kind of leaning over to tell someone something there, getting prepared.
Sarah Roche back deep. She's been fantastic back there tonight as well. McMahon.
No rest for the weary for McMahon there.
2:50 to go here in quarter number 3, and here's the kick. High kick. That should be Rhodes on the return. She's the other one that's really dangerous, and she almost slipped through a few cracks and takes it out to the 43-yard line. She was about to take that to the house. That
wow. What a bullet coming out of there.
I believe we have a downed Minnesota Vixen. That's Barber. Here's a look on replay. She shot out like a cannon and just got tripped up.
I'm not sure which Slam player it was who was able to get the angle there enough to take Rhodes down, but man, I thought she was going to fly down the field with that speed.
Sam Barber limping off the field, clearly not happy and in a lot of discomfort. We hope she's okay.
Yeah, it's hard when you've been playing so many years, too. You know, it isn't just what happened in that play. It's what happened in the past, 6 years of how many injuries have you had and what's aggravated at this point in time in the year. You know, it's hard to say what's really bothering Barber, but I can tell you what's bothering her is that she's not able to play. She's got to sit on the sideline for a minute, and that's not her favorite place to be.
And one of the biggest games of the season, too. It's only week 1 for the Vixen, but still, it's going to be a team you probably meet in the playoffs if you get there. So 1st and 10, 2:44 to go. 41-28. The pitch, Roche, a lot of room. Makes a move inside, takes it out past the 50, spin move, and taken down past the first down at the 46.
Great run there.
Sarah Roche getting back in the rotation. It's been pretty mixed, like we said, with Fairmolin and
I want
Roche.
to point out number 84, Nicole Chimko-Fahey, here has her block, keeps working up. Actually, it was Jackie Radford there who had the seal block. I saw the 8 and thought it was Nicole, but great job by Jackie Radford to prevent that side-moving slam player from getting out and making the tackle.
Hand off Roche. We're going to get a flag as she's taken down near the 42. So we await the call. I'd guess a hold. And that's what we get. So that'll move them back another 10. It is 1st down, so you got at least 3 downs to play with.
Oh, that's tough.
A little off topic, but I want to give a little shout out to our handheld operator, Rob Clark, down there. There's a Vixen, either staff member or fan, but she's been helping him manage the cable down there. We didn't have a utility with him today. So I want to give a shout out to her down there on the sideline. We can hopefully maybe get a shot at some point.
Yeah, Rob's doing a great job tonight and every night, really.
And there's a lot of cable down there, so she's being a rock star, and she's helping Rob be a rock star as well.
Tell you my ADD would not let me do that kind of job. We'd all be tripping down there.
Kelly looking to pass. Firing deep to Dvorak and low. Man, that was right where it, just a little bit low, but she found her in the gap as we have another injury. It's Nutzling of the slam.
Just a little slow there to shake it off. Yeah, tough not to connect on that last play to Dvorak. It almost looked like she could get her arms underneath the ball, but just shy.
Man, if that's a little higher, I think she makes that catch. Dvorak's been having a whale of a game. There's a shot of the... I apologize if I don't have her name, but she's been helping out Rob. That's Sarah down there. We really appreciate that because cable management's hard, especially when you don't have a utility down there. And there's a lot of cable running from where we have the truck position, so...
Pretty ballsy, too. She's in sandals there.
If you're a utility, you definitely don't want to wear sandals, but for filling in last second, that's totally fine as Kelly looks to pass. Has Roche out in the flat end. That's dropped by Roche. Even though it was a drop pass, but I really liked what Roche did on that. Just in case it was a backwards pass, she went over to cover the football. So great job doing the little things. As we get Sparrow checking into the game for the Vixen. $1:11 to go. 20 seconds on the play clock. Roche in the backfield. Radford in motion. 2 receivers top of your screen.
Looks
Pitch,
like a run
Roche,
play.
lot of room. Can she get the edge? Yes. 1st down, and it's going to be close.
Great blocking there on the left side as well. They had Shayna Sparrow who just came out. In that gun left position, got the edge, as well as Taylor Fox and Sammy Kraus there on the left side. Great job of letting Sarah get the outside run.
Vixen moving the ball very well, but this is where the drive stalled last possession, so they really need to. This is where they ran into a little bit of trouble.
I'd love to see them get a long throw, either this play or soon to get. Oh, and they're doing a sneak.
Oh, what a creative play call. They get it?
I think she got the forward motion there enough to get the first.
That is a first down. What a creative play call. Letting Sparrow run.
Yeah, well, and
that.
she's tough. She's a tough runner. She can blow through people. That was a smart call.
Sparrow listed as a tight end on the roster. I believe she's done some kicking in the past.
Plenty of pre-snap motions in general, so I can see why the Slam did not see this coming.
Like I said, we talked about all night, but man, the offensive play calling's been so fun to watch on both sides.
Both sides, yeah.
And that's going to be the end of quarter number 3. So the offensive streak continues in this one as the Slam lead the Minnesota Vixen 41-28. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching WFA football here on Town Square Television's Game of the Week. Welcome back to Town Square Television's Game of the Week. St. Louis Slam over the Minnesota Vixen 41-28 as we enter the fourth quarter. It's been an offensive slugfest. The theme has not changed. Minnesota Vixen looking to narrow it back to a one-score deficit. Everything, it's been a lot of fun to watch tonight. WFA Pro American action. Rematch of playoffs last year. St. Louis last year in the postseason lost to the Renegades in the championship out in Canton.
You know, I'd love to see the Vixen get a wide receiver connection here, build up some of that missing gap. There's been a couple of miscommunications or just not connecting from Aaron Kelly to the receivers. We've had some great connections, but I'd love to see them kind of build that confidence back and utilize those longer plays. I mean, it's there.
There's the fans. Loving the signs. A lot of great fans in the stands. Well, it's hard to read that one. Welcome home. Something Edina. Sorry, it's hard to read. I think.
For number 91.
Lily Dinah. There's number 91.
Lynn Sosnowski. All right.
Great to see it. That's so fun
Good
to
friends,
see.
Yeah.
So
and here we are, O-line.
Chains have been moved. 1st and 10, 15 on the clock. Let's see what this fourth quarter entails as Radford in motion. Kelly looking to pass. Throwing it deep. She's targeting Radford, and that's a flag. And there comes the laundry. You can get away with a little bit, but she just ran straight into her on that.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely blocking her path in that instance.
Yep, and the call is pass interference, and it is college rules, so it's not a ball spot. That was number 47, Brooklyn Devitt. In those scenarios, you can make the argument. If you turn your head, you can make a little bit of a case, but she did not turn her head whatsoever. So officially in the red zone. Minnesota down 13.
Number 21 in the backfield, Johanna Fairmollen.
Johanna scoring her first touchdown in a Vixen uniform. Handoff.
She'll take it up the gut.
Johanna making some moves.
Picked up some yards there.
Good gain. As we move to 2nd down. O-line still playing very well so far, playing it pretty tough. Pass protection has been fantastic all night.
Yes, pass pro has been awesome. And
I don't think there hasn't been a sack allowed tonight.
No, not even close. Maybe one play being close. We have Sammy Krause who trying to tap off, and as they say, just sit down, and they'll stop the clock. They'll take a break. So it looks like Alex Strunk will come on the field to replace Sammy.
Helmet immediately came off. So we'll experience a little bit of a stoppage. Good shot of the head coach for the Vixen. Let's see if we have any other score updates.
Oh, I got an update from former player Rachel Piram that the very brave soul working the cable for for our camera guy is actually Britta Clark's sister. So, real family affair there, helping out.
Oh, we love to see it. So, a couple score updates, don't have the period, but Grand Rapids Tidal Waves are over 23-21 over the Columbus Chaos, who the St. Louis Slam beat, as we see Kraus getting up under power, which is good. Nebraska Pride is up over the Iowa Phoenix 24-0. Then Boston Renegades, in heavy fashion, dealt with the Alabama Fire 56-6 in another Pro Division matchup. Shuttle pass to Radford. Radford with some move.
Great run there after the catch. Avoids a tackle by number 42. Just keeps on going upfield.
Man, they've been using Radford a lot in motion tonight. She's really a dynamic player.
Well, I imagine Coach Lewis can see that, hey, that jet run is working, and Radford has the athletic ability to make it happen after she receives the ball.
So 1st and goal. Vixen marching. 13:30. Good look at the Slam defense, looking to hold.
Chase Sparrow motions over there.
Fairmolin in the backfield. Handoff. She's got some room.
So close.
That was a great tackle on the back end by Nutzling.
Fairmolin had a great find there. A couple of good blocks. It looked like Shayna Sparrow sliced after the snap and had a good block. But Fairmolin avoided a tackle early on. There's a slice here. Great. And then just kept heading upfield.
She was, I wish I could see that ball, but she was so close to touchdown number 2. We'll see if she gets it then, and we're going to get a flag. Defense jump, maybe? I saw someone on the right side. Nope, they're thinking false start. The umpire right there.
Yeah, that sneak is hard. You don't have the same cadence, so it's a lot easier to get a false start when you're strictly just going off the ball and you don't have a cadence that you're also listening to.
Tony Day is the umpire here who made that call. Tyler Downs relaying everything up top.
The umpire, huh?
So it's listed on
Is it listed as him as an umpire?
Yep, that's what it's listed on the sheet I was handed. So
I thought you were just commenting for a lot of baseball games
I
recently.
do a ton of baseball, and I'm a big baseball guy, but there is an umpire in football and another flag.
Ooh, I think that might be another offensive
another false
there.
start. And that's could be a drive killer.
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow.
And the way they've been throwing the ball, I'm not horribly concerned. But when you're pushing that 15, 20 yards, that's a fairly deep ball, and they're going to be expecting it. So that's some tight coverage. And I see on the sidelines, Sam Barber's running a little bit between the 50s and the 30, trying to get loose and see if she can come back in the game. So
yeah, she doesn't look very comfortable.
We'll keep an eye on that as we get set for 2nd down. Radford in motion once again. Fakes the shuttle pass, and Fairmolin caught, and they read that like a book. Great coverage by Raven Williams. There was a lot of space if she didn't see that right as that developed.
Yeah, she really triggered down, followed her man, so to speak, all the way out. Didn't get distracted, and that's bitten the Slam earlier in this game, where they get distracted by the initial fake or window treatment, so to speak, and take the bait, and they certainly did not that time. They were ready for it. They were ready for it to go the other way.
So 3rd down, definitely 4-down territory. So you have 2 downs to get in the end zone. Radford in motion once again. Kelly looking to pass. To the corner, Dvorak, touchdown Minnesota Vixen! Dvorak continues in the bow and arrow celebration.
Incredible. What a perfect pass there right in the corner. Enough for Dvorak to get there, but not the cornerback to have enough on it. Great route, good turning there.
That was number 34, Stephanie Moore in coverage, just got caught in an awkward position. Great move by Dvorak. And
fantastic route, great finish.
So as Eckhart gets set for the extra point. I get what you mean. It looks like a few times they look like they're going to go for 2. But snap is down and off the flagpole. So there goes the 1-point advantage. So teams trade. Extra point misses as Dvorak keeping the Minnesota Vixen in this game. Take a look back on replay.
Oh, Kelly makes such a great throw under pressure as well.
That spiral, too, was perfect. Nice floater, perfect location. Made it easy for her to catch that ball.
Yeah, Dvorak's route certainly threw that defensive back off, too. As you said, she got a little off of her footing there as Dvorak made the cut to the outside, which afforded her just enough space. Awesome heads-up play. Great play call by Connor Joe Lewis as well. And what a nice time to get that connection and build confidence in their deep game.
We have a good one for you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, we want to welcome in everybody watching on Town Square Television, the WFA YouTube channel, Hastings Community TV, Quad Cities TV, South Washington County TV, North Metro, and then Stream St. Louis. Appreciate it. A lot of ways to watch tonight, and we're glad you're here. You're in for a fantastic one as a little squibber. Taken near the 22. Trying to get outside. Block taken down. So that's the worst field position they've had in this half. Last 2 drives, they've been past the 40 or at the 40. As the Vixen look to rally back.
You can feel it, too. I mean, you could feel it, too. You can feel it coming off the bench. They have some energy. The intensity is positive. It's not nervous. It's looking towards the future. It's inspirational. I think if the Vixen can keep this momentum, if the defense can come out strong here, it'll make a big difference for the outcome.
We'll see how St. Louis chooses to run their offense. Gall takes the snap, handoff Humphrey. Makes him move, and big hole, and gains a first down.
I don't think that was a large lane to run through, but man, she sure made it work.
Humphrey having herself a day. I was just saying, I was wondering if they were going to play a little more what they've been doing, if they're going to try to run out the clock. But a little bit of up-tempo here as Gall takes the snap.
Yeah, it looks like the same play, and why not?
It just worked as gains a good chunk on the first down run. There's a good shot of Humphrey. She's had herself a whale of a game, too. Running the ball, catching the ball. She's everywhere.
Clearly a valuable player for the Slam. Although I say, you know, when running backs look good, it's because there's a good O-line. No line, no shine. And clearly this St. Louis Slam O-line has gotten the work done today.
Vixen showing to bring pressure, and they do. Trying to close that hole, and she found some space. And what an incredible tackle. If she did not get that first contact, Humphrey was gone, and look a little slow getting up. Went down awkwardly. Let's take a look on replay. Yeah, the Vixen showing blitz. Just good blocking, like you said.
Yeah, double pull there. Worked really well. Unfortunately, Samira wasn't able to get the angle to make the tackle for the Vixen.
Yeah, if Shy Rhodes didn't make that first initial contact, she was running for a long time.
Yeah, she'd be running till tomorrow morning.
So under 9 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Gall looking to pass. Nice pass to, I believe, the tight end, Sydney Block. The coverage was there, just saw the ball a little bit late.
It was, and you could see that the Vixen were playing a little tighter on that slot player, which afforded them the ability to make that tackle, that mid-range tackle right away.
Vixen needs something to spark this defense, even get a turnover. Defense looking to pump up the crowd. Crowd getting loud. Will it help? Pass out to the flat. Humphrey left her wide open, and she's running a mile. Taken down at the 19-yard line, and Slam not slowing down whatsoever.
Not at all. I mean, you really got to throw a wrench in the St. Louis Slam offense if you want to make a difference at all, because if they get the momentum, I mean, that's it. They're clearly trucking down the field like it's a walk in the park. I'd love to see a couple more blitzes here from the Vixen defense, or some stunts on the line, something to give the St. Louis Slam a little bit of a run for their money, keep them on their toes, or put them on their heels, more importantly.
Player in motion. Hand off Humphrey, looking for a hole. Bounces outside. Rushing tackle, and what a move by...
Incredible tackle by Shy Rhodes.
Shy Rhodes.
Having a great game, comes in strong, hot, does not slow down. She's hungry.
Humphrey is definitely getting a little bit tired. She's been getting up a little bit more gingerly after the last few of these plays. As here's a good look at one of the captains, Britta Clark. Here's that Clark family. And Anderson got blocked, and then Rhodes just came in like a heat-seeking missile. 2nd and 6. Little shuttle pass. McMahon looking for room and doesn't gain much. So they tried to pull a little bit out of the Vixen playbook, doing a little shuttle pass, but doesn't gain much.
Vixen did a great job of stretching that play out to the sideline, keeping them lateral so they're not going upfield or getting much in the way of yardage. You know, Hill was right on that play, but if she hadn't been there, Britta Clark was on it next. She was right on top. Did a great job of blowing off one of the blocks by an O-lineman and getting out wide where they needed her to be.
So 3rd and 3, 5:40 to go here in quarter number 4. 3 receivers, top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Humphrey in the backfield. Gall waits the snap. Big 3rd down. Who will win? Looking to pass. Has a receiver in, that is broken up.
Wow.
And that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's where you see that special teams come into play. Do you trust the leg? Do you go for it? What are you thinking in this scenario?
Well, Newsling is a talented kicker. I'm not surprised that they're bringing out here. I imagine they'll go for a field goal. It seems like they're switching out to go to special teams, and you know, from what I remember playing against her, she's perfectly capable of putting this away for 3 points for the Slam.
As we've been saying all game, she did miss an extra point. Probably one of the biggest plays of the game. This will keep it to 2 scores, and we're going to get a timeout. So they're going to think it over a little bit.
I don't know if you've seen any of these videos online where they take average people and have them try and kick a field goal, or even, you know, talented athletes, and like, here, try and kick a field goal. It's very difficult. Tried it myself. It is not easy. So for this team to be attempting a field goal in a league where most teams don't, because of that level of difficulty and the practice it's taking, or that it takes, you have to think as well, most of the time you're not kicking a field goal from straight in front. You're on one of the hash marks. which also factors into the difficulty level. So it'll be exciting to see how the Slam do at this.
Yeah, there was a huge emergence of those videos with the iconic miss from Blair Walsh.
Oh, did that happen?
That did happen. I don't get a lot of excuses to jab at Minnesota Viking fans very often, so I got a little bit.
I think I heard about it once or twice.
But
Something about
it's also resurgent a little bit now with Pat McAfee being big on ESPN, so it's coming back a little bit.
I do love the Colts. That's my team.
So important kick, snap, down, kick is up and no good.
Did someone get a piece on that?
No good. We'll have to see if someone got a hand on it, like Berg said.
Oh, they are excited on the sideline there.
The Vixen are alive, and that's the swing you need. This is the time you can fully shift that momentum meter your way.
You're one score away from being tied up.
Here's a look at it.
See Train breaking through the line. And
Nope.
Barber as well. No, it just looks like it was a little short and wide.
Even still, her just being there can disrupt your kicking flow, because a lot of kickers have that set motion. We got to take 3 steps. You got to be in that routine, and just being there, disrupting that flow is huge.
Yeah, it's certainly distracting.
All right, we've got a game, folks. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Long drive ahead of them here. I hope the Vixen are ready to grind.
5:52 to go. 1st and 10. And a lot of laundry.
Looks like Sammy Krause is back on the left side of the O-line. Recovered from whatever was going on with them.
Officially a false start, so Vixen not helping their own cause. Make it 1st and 15. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hunter Pinky alongside Berg Ellenberger.
And for the veterans joining in on the stream, I just saw Jamie Kirschbaum and Aaron Layden. So Jody Williams tuning in again earlier. Nice to see some old names and excellent players.
1st and 15. 1 receiver top, 2 to the bottom. Pitch. Nice cut inside Roche. Roche is wrapped up pretty quickly. So make it 2nd and long.
Yeah, linebackers did a great job of triggering down on that play. They read the outside run and found the gap there.
So they give it a gain of a yard. Still have some time to run those, but you don't want to force yourself to get in a pass-only situation. 4:40, 2nd and 14. Radford in motion once again. Kelly, back to pass, has time, steps up in the pocket, deep shot, and nearly intercepted by Nutzling. Looking for Amanda Dvorak once again. She's got her prime target, but that was dangerous.
Yeah, they've had the gel tonight more than any other pair with Aaron Kelly.
Take a look back on the replay.
Great coverage there by the Slam.
And again, she's had all day to throw that football.
Yeah, great pass pro as well. Man, the fans they're still turned up here. We've got Cody Falley, former mascot of the Vixen, really revving everyone up.
Play action pass, checks it down to Sparrow, and she's tackled immediately, and that is gonna probably force a Vixen punt.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for it on 4th there. That would not be wise. Great job by the St. Louis Slam shutting it down at this moment.
You got 3 timeouts, but you can't waste this time. They weren't sure what they were gonna do. You got to get that punting unit out immediately. Clock is ticking down. They need to get this punt away. to have a shot to stay in this game. 4th and 11.
Yeah, that does become part of the coaching strategy as well, to keep being mindful of the clock, both short-term and long-term.
Punches away, and that's a good one. There's no one back to return it, and that's going to roll.
Great spin, great forward spin off that foot.
St. Louis was playing for the fake.
Now 35 yards is still far enough up the field for a starting position, but it could be a lot worse there, and still plenty of green space in front of St. Louis Slam, so we'll see what they do.
Absolutely. Now you're kind of in the territory. You can waste the clock, but if you're St. Louis, you've been able to march down the field. It hasn't really gotten tight in the 30-yard line range. It's been pretty free flow all day for them. As we wait play to resume once again.
On the stream commenting in here, we also have Melissa McDonald, aka Doc Mack, who has frequently helped the team with training needs.
First down. Handoff. A lot of room. Cuts up the middle. And gains about 4. So 2nd down.
Well read by the defense there. About as good of a run as you can get from that situation.
No timeout burned yet. 30 seconds on the play clock, so they can take this down to about 2:30.
You can see the disposition on the St. Louis Slam sideline as well. They don't seem worried. They seem very calm and collected, cohesive.
Here's Quincy Davis, head coach, hoping his team can hold on to this lead. Hand off. And tackled after a gain of about 2.
Excellent job by Samira and Britta Clark to shed their blocks, move sideways, get the tackle there as close as they can to the line of scrimmage.
Still no timeout yet. They can waste another 30 seconds, so they can take it just under 2 minutes. Interesting decision. If you get the stop, you look like a genius, but we'll see what happens. Not giving your offense a ton of time to work with. See a lot of NFL teams, they'll take those timeouts early and just keep that time on the clock. And we're going to get a timeout. Called by St. Louis, just letting it drain as much as possible. So 1:53 on the clock.
Well, I imagine the Vixen are getting ready their hurry-up calls. So whenever they get the ball back and take it down and try and get 7 points as quickly as possible, that I imagine they'll try and wear down that defense pretty quick and keep them off guard. Those hurry-up calls have been utilized well by Coach Lewis so far. I imagine she'll keep using them.
Great shot of the Vixen bench. And Coach Connor Joe Lewis hoping their defense can stand up. 3rd and 4. It's manageable on a run play. But it'd be interesting to see if St. Louis does decide to throw something short. Let their receivers work in open space, because when they've allowed their receivers to work in open space, they've been pretty successful on the 5 to 10 yard ranges. Crowd making some noise. Last stand for the Vixen defense. 3 receivers near side. 1 far. Snap. McMahon keeps it. And she's short.
Shut down.
And the Vixen have life.
I believe that was number 6, Jocelyn Tanner.
So the Wildcat play call does nothing for the St. Louis Slam. And the Vixen, with only 1:44 and 2 timeouts. Man, talk about
I mean,
toughness.
I believe that's the first time they've made that call all game, and maybe if they tested it a little earlier, they might have discovered that this Vixen defense was not going to buy it.
A lot of discussions. And what I also like down there, I haven't seen Barber back out there, but she's been getting hyped on the sideline. It's easy after you get injured, it's easy to just kind of shut down and kind of like keep to yourself. You're upset, but she's trying to be a leader, keep everybody in this game, and I love seeing that. Talk about quality leadership on the squad.
It's hard to do emotionally, and it's not something you can achieve every time, but at a baseline, Sam Barber is a cheerleader. She is very supportive of her peers at whatever level they are. Positive, upbeat personality. Fans are pounding on these bleachers.
See what they do. No one deep for the Vixen. It's going to be a little poocher. And that was a good kick, and we get a flag. Wait the call.
Britta Clark seems pretty happy about it.
And
it is on the defense.
I held my breath for a minute because if they jumped, that was pretty much end of the game. And two, that penalty that punt was looking pretty good.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one long drive coming off of that punt. Well, that's what they needed. That's what the Vixen needed here.
So now, instead of having no one back there, they have Sky Rhodes and I believe Dvorak back to return. Be interesting to see if they could. I'd love to see them do what the Rams did a couple years ago where Tavon Austin faked out and took the return on the opposite side of the field.
I would love to know how many other people remember that.
I love my football, any football. Ready? The punt is away.
It's high.
Looks like it's going to be Rhodes. Has
Great
a running start.
Read. Holds
Taking it near
ball.
side. She's got room. Runs into a
my.
receiver. She's still going out at the 50.
Incredible
46-yard line. What a return by Shy Rhodes.
Incredible run.
And now this is manageable. You're in slam territory.
Absolutely. I would love to see the Vixen use this momentum and come back. It's going to take the slam all their focus to not lose it at the end of the game here, to keep doing what they've been doing to shut things down. But it's hard when you lose momentum.
Vixen back to work on offense. One in the backfield. Sparrow at tight end, two receivers near side, one far. Kelly waits for the snap. Radford, motion, shuttle pass. Scott Room, great block by Sparrow. And gain of about 5. Stays in bound, clock's gonna run. You gotta go a little quick, up tempo.
There we go, I see a hurry up call, everyone getting on the ball quickly.
You have time to waste. Can't do too much, but if you get a first down, that clock will stop. College rules. Kelly looking to pass. Outside, has a receiver caught.
And
Radford,
she's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Great awareness. 1:03 to go.
We had a slam player break through the line, but picked up by Sarah in the backfield. Pivotal timing to pick that up. Or rather, Fairmolin in the backfield picking up that blitzer there, and Shayna Sparrow on the first play of that drive, giving Jackie Radford enough time to get around the edge and pick up those first 5 yards.
Kelly looking to work some magic here to send us to overtime. Kelly back to pass, has time, has a receiver. Radford once again makes a move, takes it near side. Down at the 20 and out of bounds.
Wow.
Minnesota Vixen.
Big missed tackle there for number 3 Nutzling, and that's tough. She's had such a great game all night. You know, it's hard. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I don't know about some people, but I get tired by the end of the day. It's, you know, at this point you've been grinding physically, and it's getting late in the day mentally. Trying to stay tuned in is not always easy as it looks.
Hand off. Vermeulen got room. Takes it down to the 10. 5. Down at the 4.
Incredible, great up the middle run, way to find the lane.
And now the Vixen can take their time a little bit. They don't have to run a play immediately. Clock is now running, 45 seconds.
A lot more freedom in the play calling as well.
Hand
but
off.
they do the hurry up.
Touchdown, Minnesota!
Vermeulen again.
Vermeulen, talk about a first game.
Wow.
Minnesota Vixen rallying back.
You know, I love that. You're right. Vixen could have taken that time. They could have slowed it down and had some freedom in the play calling, and Connor says, nope, we're doing this. Let's do it.
The up-tempo left to an offsides call, but it is waved off with the touchdown. Talk about power running.
Can you see that one more time? I want to see the block for the O-line. While they're preparing here for this extra point, I think we're gonna have a replay of the touchdown there, and just want to call attention to this awesome O-line blocking there on the left side. You see Sammy on a solid block, and then Taylor follows her player around, and you know, really gets that playmaking block. It's huge at the end of a game like this.
And the offense is staying on the field.
Oh, they don't want the tie.
Game is on the line.
Can't say I blame them.
Looking to pass. Kelly has a receiver and incomplete. And the St. Louis Slam. Hold on. There's still a chance with an onside kick, but I think that play call was the dagger.
That's tough.
And she had a lot of space too, just underthrew that ball.
Yeah, just a misconnection there.
I like the aggression, but unfortunately it comes to bite the Vixen in the butt. But it's not over until it's over.
Yeah, that's
Chance
right.
for an onside kick.
Here's special teams coming out strong and focused, I imagine. And ready to make the big plays of the day, or continue to make big plays of the day.
Man, this has been one of the craziest football games I have seen in a really, really long time.
What a great night, everything coming together. The crew, the fans, the players, the refereeing, the weather. It's just been a great night for women's tackle football here, this game of the week for the WFA.
And thank you to everybody tuning in across the country and locally. Not quite done yet, but we'll see what happens. And it looks like we're going to have someone else take the kick. It's Anna Kimball. There's Sam Barber's coming back out on the field. So is Aaron Kelly.
Interesting.
Now Kelly checks out.
Oh, I imagine Kelly was just filling in a space. They were short a player.
So Barber's back on the field, though. Definitely want your best hands team. Game on the line. Kimball taking the onside kick. Do we have a miracle? And the bounce goes straight to a St. Louis Slam.
Yeah, well handled by the Slam there.
Believe that was number 17, Carrie McMahon again. Just an unfortunate bounce for the Vixen, and fortunately that's going to do it. But man, talk about a shootout of a game.
Absolutely.
Both sides should be proud of how they played tonight. Obviously, want to have a little bit lower scores on both defenses, but really we saw it in crucial situations on both defenses. They stood up when they needed to.
Yeah. Well, and the great thing about starting off a season playing a team that's so competitive for both teams here, They will show you what you need to work on. A good team will show you what your weaknesses are, which is valuable information to have at the beginning of a season. You know, the Vixen and the Slam both have plenty of games to go here, and if they can work out the kinks early on in the year, it helps both of them on their trajectory.
Absolutely, and the Vixen will call another timeout. And two, if you're the Minnesota Vixen, you're opening up with a very tough opponent, one of the toughest opponents in the league, and for how tight you played them, especially in game one, a lot to build on, a lot to look forward to, but it's like St. Louis opened with a 63-3, kind of get the offense firing on all cylinders, not too much to worry about kind of game.
Yeah, you're essentially running reps at that point.
So now you can just go up from here.
Yes, this is a good momentum builder for the Slam. They have a lot of talent here, clearly, this season. They're on track for a good year.
Victory formation. And another timeout.
33 seconds left on the clock overall.
Upcoming schedule for the Minnesota Vixen. They will play the Dallas Elite Mustangs on May 11th, followed by they'll travel down to Iowa to take on the Phoenix. Then they'll have the DC Divas on the road, followed by their final home date of the Nebraska Pride. So still some pretty good competition in there, and they will meet the Slam once again, but this time on the road in the final week of the season.
I tell you, I always really liked visiting St. Louis. Went down there plenty of times to play them, and it's a fun city to go to.
Upcoming schedule for St. Louis, Derby City Dynamite on the 11th. 18th will be Boston Renegades. That's going to be a tough one, tough rematch. Dallas Elite Mustangs on June 1st on the road, and then back at home for the Vixen in the season finale. So, the St. Louis Slam take down the Minnesota Vixen in a 41-40 game. It came down to a gutsy call to go for two and get the dagger.
Well, and I think when you have the momentum, you can't have any regrets. You know, it's I think I would feel the same way as Connor of let's get it done. We've gotten it done over and over and over again in this quarter. We have the momentum. Let's take a shot.
Their offense proved they could do it, and it was the one time they couldn't. Let's take a look at the second half scores, and again, there are a bunch of them. So we'll go through our second half recap. Great play action pass from Gall to, apologize, waiting on the number. And then next touchdown, another play action pass straight to Radford, who had a whale of a game herself. She was so dynamic out in open space, just having her motion move around. She was fantastic tonight.
Very reliable.
Next touchdown, Gall to block in open space. What a great play call, no one on her.
Great pass on the run. Gall had a phenomenal night.
Plenty of open space and scored a touchdown. Next up, Kelly, deep shot to Dvorak. Talk about a pretty pass. That was one of the prettiest passes tonight.
Under pressure.
Then the final score.
A
by
great
Fairmont.
run. A great run with great blocking.
Talk about an opening first game for Fairmont too in her debut with the Minnesota Vixen. Any final thoughts before we get this ready to send out?
Well, I think this was an appropriate matchup for two talented teams with depth. I appreciate the relationship that the Vixen have with the St. Louis Slam. A lot of mutual respect, and you know, some players who have known each other on the two teams for a while. You know, I appreciate them as an opponent. They play with class, they play with intelligence, and they go hard.
Absolutely. So, next game for the Minnesota Vixen is next Saturday at home, and we will be back here for all the action. So we want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Let's take another shout out to our production crew. Hunter Pinky with Berg Ellenberger, Toby in the truck, Jerry, Rob, Sean, Charles on cameras, and then Jackson doing graphics, Mike Davison back in master control. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. You just witnessed one of the greatest football games of the WFA of the week. This has been Town Square Television's Game of the Week.